Oh, my goodness, I was muted. Nah. I want the test rub. I don't want no test run. I want the test rub. Already hungry again. I just ate like 390 grams of 7327. I'm pretty good right now. There is no active live stream. Ha! Ha! Ich fucking pardon me. Alright, music down. I was gonna say you're sure in there. I tried to update the title for my chat pop out though. That's probably what it is. Emote only in chat mention banned words channel actions. Hey, puppy. Hey, puppy. Oh, we got some stuff to react to. Probably going to do some more workouts on stream. Nothing crazy. We did push-ups on stream yesterday. We had some push-ups on stream. It was a grand old time. I'm going to crop myself a little bit there. Oh, would you look at that? And I'm going to uncrop myself a little bit here. Oh, hell yeah. The plan today is I'm wearing a hat. I now have a hat on. I just need to clear my head. Alright, that title should be fixed now. Okay, so we can close that out. And Twitch, I probably have to do the same thing. See, the only annoying part is I really can't change the titles of the streams from the multi I have now. Kind of weird. Kind of weird, but you know how it'll be. Stream manager. How do I change? It should be fixed. I just updated it. Yeah, I thought so. I actually went right to Kick and did it. Actually, I guess I could probably just keep Twitch up like that. That'll probably work. Tremendous Doomsday. Did I spell it wrong? Did I spell it wrong? Nah. Did I? Too dizzy. In my head. My weekly Journal Carnivore Learnings video. You can react to it if interested. And also, good morning, Mr. Lion. Good morning. No, my yes. I think you did. Okay. I wouldn't put it past me. To spell shit wrong. We got a nice react on what's going on in Venezuela from yesterday. We got some comedy stuff. We're going to do some push-ups on stream again. I got a Dave Mack I want to watch. BPC 157 healed my knees and meniscus. 500 milligram, 2x a day. Took 1 month, but longer is better. Interesting. I will have to check that out. I will have to check that out. Fuck it. Let's pop chat up. Why do I not have an overlay? Hey. So, why is that not showing? Oh, fuck. Did I just revert that to default? Good heavens, I think I did. Copy filters, order, blending method, scale filtering, add source. I won a lot of state placements and trophies for spelling, grammar, and reading as a kid. Look at me now, I'm making terrible and simple errors on a texting device. I think it's just due to the size of our thumbs, Rom. That's my issue, dude. I can't spell shit on a cell phone. Like, dude, when I'm responding to half the comments I respond to and stuff on all the platforms, dude, the spelling's so bad. And the new 2025 version of autocorrect sure does not help the situation. Absolutely does not help the situation. I need to do... We're going to keep Twitch up. We're going to keep Kick up. Wish your keyboard was bigger. Dude, I rock the 60% right now. I think I'm going to go back to a full one. I miss having the number pad. I really miss having the number pad. I don't think my alerts are going out on YouTube either. I don't know why. Yeah, you're better off, dude. Anytime you don't want it to fuck you, it fucks you. Every time you need it to save you, it doesn't save you. Give me 1 second here. I'm just trying to... Ducks. Stream chat. There we go. Damn, it did revert those fucking settings, though. Hold on, I want to see if I can get that, Why did that add a fucking new one? Oh, whatever. Whatever. Hold on. Filters. And chroma key. Screen color. That should work pretty good, I think. Perfect. There we go. We got that completely transparent now. I meant phone keyboard. My normal keyboard's fine. Gotcha. I miss the old actual keyboards on phones. Remember, like, the old slide-up phones and Blackberries and shit? I miss having, like, the actual keyboard on them. We'll never see something like one of those again, dude. I think my favorite phone I ever had was my Blackberry. I forget which one it was. Blackberry in like 2009, 2010. That was the best phone I ever had. I miss that goddamn thing every single day. Yeah, the slide-ups. I forget what the big slide-up one was called. That one was really good too, though. I never had one of those. I had the Blackberry instead, but yeah, dude, they were fantastic, man. I feel like technology was so much better 10 years ago. Now I feel, anyway, home. Oh, yeah, Lion, you're going to be waiting for a while. 20-minute upload, you're going to be a minute waiting for that. Every time I upload 15, 20-minute videos, I just walk away and find something else to do. I forget what my Blackberry cost back then. I have no idea. I know it was a lot at the time, but I was a sales manager in Austin making more money than any 22-year-old ever should. I ended up fucking it up in the long run, but Yeah. I was making way too much for my my brain. Wasn't cool enough for a BlackBerry. Neither was I, but I had one. Man, I miss it. I don't think I still have it. I think I tossed it years ago. Yearly cell phone dump, you know what I mean? Alright, hold on. Oh boy, Gavin Newsom trending again. Fantastic news, I'm sure. Where the fuck did Kick go? I gotta fucking make a copy paste of this. Give me 1 second, we'll start reacting. Trying to go to recent 8-hour plus video game slop review recently. Hang on all day on my computer. Awesome line, love to hear it, love to hear it. Mean to upload. I'm sure it took a hot minute. The last one I had that was, I didn't time it. I don't remember how long it was. I think the last long form I did was like 17 or 18 minutes, and it was a while. It was like 20 minutes to upload, something like that. I'll tell you what takes a long fucking time to upload. If you upload to Instagram from your PC, holy shit. Dude, a 30-second short from your PC to Instagram takes like 5 minutes sometimes. Like, it's fucking insane. Their upload optimization is not fantastic, but it's also my main platform now. Instagram takes like 5 minutes. No, stop it. I don't want the reverb. Control C. No, we don't want the picture. We're going to do our own picture. Son of a bitch. I need to make a goddamn copy paste. No! That's not what I wanted to do, dude. This is not what I wanted to do. Alright, so we're going to copy all of this so I don't have to rewrite it another fucking time. And where is... Yeah, for some reason, I don't think YouTube's sending out alerts that I'm going live either. I don't know why. Yeah, Rom dropping the hammer. Drop the hammer on that fucking bot. Ban that motherfucker. Oops. I'll just pop up, get rid of that. I miss having days off, I bet, dude. My wife is going stir crazy right now. She's going absolutely crazy. She's fucking doing 72 hours a week, 6 on, 1 off. And the one day she has off, me and her are running around doing a million things or just tackling each other for the most part. That day's tomorrow, by the way. I'm ready. I hear you, man. Dude, I used to work, when I worked in the oil fields, man, I would work 28, 29 months straight sometimes. It was fucking brutal. I do have a struggle right now on a serious note. I used to eat stuff out of boredom on off days. Since I can't do that anymore, I don't smoke anymore either. I don't know what to do. The mental health related to this journey is some BS. Yeah, I found, for me, it was the same thing. I was a smoker, man. The smooth, refreshing pull of a Marlboro Mild was me for 20 years. It's a lot, though. It's a lot to take on at once. Taking on nicotine and the food addiction at the same time, it's really rough. And finding ways to occupy yourself is really difficult. That's why I'm making so much content. That's why I'm streaming. You were Marb Reds? Yeah, Marb Milds. I did Marb Reds every now and then, but the Milds, the dark blue ones, those were mine. That was my jam. I've been struggling with the nicotine. I'm sure you've seen on stream. I'm cracking a fucking vape every now and then, but at this juncture, my lungs are fucking fine. My mouth is fine. My throat's fine. I got screened for mouth cancer at the dentist the other day. Tongue, mouth, throat, everything looks fantastic. The food, for me right now, the food is far more important. I'll get off the nick as well. The milds were they were like the halfway point between a menthol and the red. It was like a crossover between the menthols and the reds. It was like the halfway ground. So they were menthol, but they were barely menthol. Barely menthol. But I have not had a cigarette in a very long time. I struggle with the nicotine, though. I truly struggle with the nicotine. It's really hard for me. Especially, that's one my wife, dude. My wife just can't give it up. She vapes. She vapes like crazy. And she can't give it up. I've tried to get her off it for years, and I'm around her doing it constantly. I'm around her eating bad food. It's tough. But I think the biggest thing that keeps me occupied, Lion, is doing the content, streaming. It's what keeps me busy and keeps me away from the food and stuff throughout the day. The food, the smokes. Hey, puppy. You got your bear? You got your big old bear? Yeah. My dog is obsessed with his stuffed bear. The bear is bigger than he is, to be honest. The bear is bigger than he is. Trying to get too close. I was coughing way too much from it, so I went to the patches and it actually worked. Yeah, for me it's dude, the vape. I think vapes fuck up your lungs more than cigarettes do, to be honest with you. Like, they're a slight improvement health-wise over cigarettes, but not much, dude. There's no long-term studies on what vapes do. You have some sort of robotic cancer or something going on. I'll tell you what was my saving grace, and I need to get back to just doing these Zyn pouches. Zyn pouches is what were really, really working for me. I just got too accustomed to them. I missed it. See, the thing is, when you're smoking, there's the addiction, but there's the habit. And it's the same with food. You got the addiction, you got the habit. So the addiction smoking is, okay, you're fiending out, you're nicotine fiending, but the habit is where, okay, I get in the truck, I usually light a cigarette. Oh, I just made my first coffee of the day, I get a cigarette. I'm getting in my car to go somewhere else, I get another cigarette. That's the habit. I honestly think the habit is harder to break than the actual addiction is. Tobacco-free pouches, yeah, dude, they're fantastic. They're fantastic. They're really, really good. Really, really good. If I had to suggest one route to still do nicotine and not smoke or vape or anything, it's these. There's cheaper brands too. These are like $3 a tin or something like that, but a tin lasts me, I don't know, a tin lasts me like 3 or 4 days, so it's not very expensive. That's what I do every day at the gym. When I go to the sauna, I feel like I'm talking too loud because I feel like I'm muted in one ear. I need to just have one headphone in from here on out. I think I can actually control the volume of my voice a little bit better. I keep spiking up into like the yellow and the red bands, and my mic's gonna auto shut off. Where the fuck is the YouTube again? I swear there are no alerts going off on YouTube. I swear. The chat's popped out. Yeah, no. Damn, we're a kick. The video's finally live. Yeah, I know it takes like 20-30 minutes sometimes on those long ones. It's like Rom was saying, you see the guys that post like 8-hour videos and shit. Oh my god, they're gonna be sitting there for like 2 hours waiting for that thing to upload. Can you imagine if something corrupts in that file or something like 90% of the way through the upload? Woo-hoo. I know what you mean about the habit. I don't gorge on food now. I don't vape, Nick, or no Nick now. I never drank, don't do weed, barely have caffeine. So I carry around these stress ball toys like a mentally disabled child and just wear them out within weeks. Yeah. Dude, it helps, though. It helps, man. like you think about eating food too. The addiction is when you're sitting there and you got the food noise in your head and you're kind of go, oh my God, I just want to eat this. I want to eat that. I want carbs. I want sugar. I want this. I want everything. When realistically, the habit is more, okay, you're in the kitchen, you walk past the fridge going, let's take a peek in there and see what's going on. Or you're at an outing and there's a bunch of food there and stuff and, all right, let's see what's going on with the food here. I consider that more the habit there. But pretty much any addiction you look at, there's the habit and there's the actual addiction. And I'm not saying in every case that holds true for which one is stronger. I think most cases the habit is stronger than the actual addiction. Probably not heroin. I couldn't tell you. Can't say I've ever banged heroin into my veins. I have had fentanyl in the hospital, and it was like the grossest feeling in the world. I consider myself very lucky that I have very bad reactions to opiates. Literally, if I take an opiate, like when I had knee surgery, they gave me Percocets or Oxys or whatever the fuck it was. Like, dude, it barely helped the pain more than a Tylenol, and it felt like someone had punched me in the gut. For the entirety of the time it was effective. Like, it was bad. The food noise is almost completely gone. Very weak signal. The habits got me. I'm telling you, dude, the habits are stronger than the addiction a lot of the time. The habits are absolutely stronger than the addiction. Again, probably not with heroin. I think heroin and fentanyl and crack and stuff like that, the addiction is probably a little stronger on those. Yeah, the little dopamine release, dude, I'm telling you. That's all it is for me. And it's pure habit. The vaping right now is pure habit. And it's like, dude, I sit around the house and on stream, I maybe hit the thing a couple times on stream, but it's like, for me, it's the vehicle. When I'm driving around in the vehicle, because I drove truck for so long, I was used to doing a 12-hour shift driving CDL, huffing down a pack of cigarettes in 12 hours. You know what I mean? So riding around in the vehicle is difficult for me. That's when the habit really, really bites me. Really bites me. I wish I could turn the camera down to my dog right now. He's fucking adorable. Yeah, absolutely. It's like Lion's saying too. It's like once the habit's gotten beat and the addiction's gotten beat, you feel kind of empty. And you got to find something constructive to fill the void. And like I said, for me, it's the videos. Making videos, going to the gym. I am pumped for Thursday. Thursday, I get to go see orthopedics again and have a very serious conversation. I'm going to get into physical therapy. That's going to be a really big one. Be a pack-a-day guy. I know it. I love my vices when I dip in. Yeah. Same. I've known a few dudes that could get addicted to anything. Anything. Just life in excess. Didn't matter what it was. Overeat every restaurant they go to. Overdrink. Oversmoke crack. Fucking... I've worked with salesmen that like... Salesmen are really, really bad about getting into addictive stuff. Sales guys. You ever worked around with a big old team of sales guys that make way too much money, dude? Drug use, tobacco use, overeating, poor eating. Like, it's rampant in the sales community. It truly is. Truly is. Oh, dude, when I drove CDL, I was a pack and a half a shift, man. It was bad. It was absolutely bad. And that's when my life fell apart from the Lyme. That's why I stopped driving CDL, was when the Lyme disease hit. So the Lyme disease was hitting me when I was already 200 pounds overweight, eating like absolute dog shit out of gas stations. It was bad. It was bad. Man, that chat overlay looks like garbage on Twitch, doesn't it? Or on TikTok. On fucking X. I don't even know what platform I'm on. See if we can get old Joey Swole to fucking like our shit or respond to us. See, the thing is on X, if I want views on X, if I want interactions on X, you need to be on X all day with all the big accounts you follow, and you need to be responding with them, watching for new posts, being one of the first comments to get a like out of them, so maybe they notice you. Like, dude, X is so much work. X is so much work. Fiber is an essential nutrient, which is why your body can't digest it. It passes through you unchanged. Humans have no fiber requirement. Studies show perfect health on zero fiber. Traditional Inuit ate zero fiber for thousands of years. Fiber supplementation causes more constipation than it solves, but the cereal companies need you to believe that bran is medicine, so here we are. Dude, I love Sam Hool on X. Sam Hool on X? Oh, let me shrink down so you guys can actually see this stuff. Sam Hool on X, dude, I love this guy. Big time carnivore. Big time carnivore. Hold on, I want to see. Whoops. Oops. Oh, no. How did I pop that window out? No. No. Like that. That's a little better. That's still semi-transparent. You can see through. Yeah. Fuck, how did I pop this fucking window out? Okay, never mind. I got it back. We're good. I fixed it. I accidentally popped out a window I didn't want to pop out in OBS. It almost got bad quick. Hey, Bear, what's going on, man? Hope your afternoon's going well as well, man. Day's going great. I got an early gym session in. Been eating good, feeling good. Dare I say, looking good. We're just kind of chilling. We're hanging out. We're going to do some reacts here coming up. But, man, I hope you're having a good week. Hope your New Year's going well. Got any resolutions you're working on? I don't have resolutions. I just have the carryover from last year. Wish X had a Reels tab that would show you videos with a hashtag that you would type in would be great. You don't want to use hashtags at all. You don't want to use hashtags at all on X anymore, Lion. If you're using X, don't use hashtags ever. Don't even do it. Like, some people will try and shit, but I don't know. You'll see some big accounts use them, but 99% of the biggest posts you've ever seen, none of them use hashtags. X actually said they were going to phase them out like over a year ago. And they're still available right now. You can still use them, but they're like super glitchy. A lot of times I don't think they work right. So I got to the point on X, I stopped using hashtags as a whole on X like probably 2 weeks ago, and I haven't seen it change at all. Before the Enforcer goes live, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, dude, the thing is like trying to get a start with weight loss stuff on X is like, good luck, man. Toss a dime in the wishing jar and hope for the best, because if it's not politics, X doesn't give a shit. There's a really good carnivore group I'm on in X. They definitely helped me out a lot when I was super early in the process, deciding to go carnivore and stuff. They were very helpful. They were very helpful there. But outside of that, there's really good groups you can find, but if you're trying to gain views and spread the word of your channels and stuff, X is a very hard place to get started. Unless you're mega politics, extreme left, extreme right, then you're not going to get the views. You can easily search keywords with no hashtag. Yeah, that's what I said. Or not what I said, but that's what I mean, Rob. They were working on phasing them out over a year ago, so they're still there, so you can use them, but there's no point. 2.0. Where's one of the biggest posts I got right there? Holy shit, Dave Mack with 108 views usually doesn't get that big. This big boy. Holy shit, that's what I want to avoid. That's what I want to avoid. I don't want skin like that, dude. Wow, dude.
The happy end. But no one told him that after bankruptcy, the body turns into a bag. The skin that has been cleared became a 20-kilogram ballast for him. She didn't stop him from moving and sleeping, but even to put a shoe without pain and pain. He couldn't look in the glass. The guy won the awakening and arrived in the fall in his success. The operation was expensive, the risk was enormous, but it succeeded. When they removed the last bandages, he just says nothing. For the first time in many years, he has not seen a disgust. But again, many people are afraid of.
I don't understand the volume settings on any of this shit. Every single tab is different. It's so annoying.
And have you decided to go on this path? Sight. Put your opinion in the comments, and do not forget to subscribe for the future.
That man's tits are down to his waistband, dude. I don't want that. I don't want that. Oh, I don't want that. I don't want that.
He lost almost 140 kilograms.
Did you remember me saying this the other day, though? This Fitness Wins channel, dude. Like, they're posting this shit like it's his fucking content, even though they don't even list the guy's name or anything. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Diet, pain, crime.
It's a fucking egregious, dude. Just using other people's weight loss content to blow yourself up on X. Look at all the views, 10K views on that. For this guy, not for the guy who actually made the content and lost the weight. This channel just takes weight loss content and then puts it out.
Body turns into a bag.
If there's ever anyone who needed skin removal, this man. I mean, look at that, dude. That is OG titties at the waistline. Ugh. 140K, that's a lot. He lost a lot of weight. But that's my concern. I mean, I'm already starting to feel, I have 200 pounds left to lose, if not more. I still have 200 pounds left myself, and I'm already starting to feel loose skin from the 90 I've lost so far. So I don't want to admit it, but that's probably the boat I'm going to end up in. Hopefully through intermittent fasting, and we're thinking about adding some more fasting in here pretty quick. Hopefully it won't be that bad. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad no matter what. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? You know what I mean? Win's a win. You got to take it. 308 pounds. Honestly, that's where I'm going to be by the end. I hit my weight loss goal. It'll be, what will my actual overall loss be? 250 is my goal. Hitting 250 is my goal. That'll be, if I hit my goal weight of 250, I will have lost 312 pounds. 312. Yeah, it's nuts. That's why that video scares me, is because that's the same realm of weight loss I'm looking at too. That being said, this guy looks like he is like, I don't know, I'm gonna say what, 5'6", 5'7" at most. I got probably close to a foot of height on him, so hopefully I won't be that bad. But it's impressive though. It's impressive, man. What's his name? Info.razak.pro. I don't know if that's that guy's actual channel. We'll try and shout him out because Fitness Wins absolutely isn't going to do it. Awesome stuff, though. Awesome stuff. Joey Swole. I really like Joey Swole, too. He does some cool stuff. He calls people out on some bullshit. I mean, even Ethan Benyard, dude. Ethan Benyard is like the biggest weight loss guy doing videos right now there is. He's got 500,000 followers on every platform. Even his X views are like nothing. I'm telling you, X, if you got politics, cool. If not, don't worry about X taking off. My goal is 200. I hit mine will be 475 lost total. So, yep. We start with my position. How tall are you again, Rom? You're what, 6 foot, 6'1", something like that? I remember you saying. All right. We're going to get the music out of here. We're going to look at some reaction stuff here. That can go away. Let's see what we got on Facebook. Commented on my reel. Two things. It's 5 a.m. Monday morning. We're ready for the gym. Hopefully sweat out a whole bunch of this water over the weekend. According to the BIA, we were just holding a ton of it in.
If my arm looks like...
Two things. It's 5 a.m. Monday morning. Okay, it was literally my wife reacting to my video. Rom's lost a ton. Rom has lost a lot of weight. He has lost a ton of weight. Is YouTube not showing up in the multi-chat again? God damn it. Why is YouTube not showing up in here? Whatever. It'll be kicking Twitch. What was your biggest, Rom? You were what, 6'75"? You said 5'11". Technically, I lost an inch from spine compression. Actual measurable height is 5'10" and some change. Gotcha. Yeah, Rom's like, I've lost a bunch of weight. Rom has lost double plus a whole bunch on top of me. You've lost double what I've lost plus another 70 on top of that. I mean, you're almost triple my weight loss right now. We got that to look at. Ubisoft apparently had a hack that's not looking fantastic if you game it all. This one's outdated. Maybe we'll look into what happened last night. But here we go. We're going to watch Brandon Herrera real quick. He has a funny little short out here. Or I call it a short. It's 12 minutes on what happened in Venezuela and stuff. But I love Brandon Herrera. Super good channel. Let's give it a look. But there's weigh yourself this morning. I generally weigh 3 times a week. I weigh myself Mondays. I weigh myself Fridays for the weigh-ins, which I said I wasn't even going to do the Monday weigh-ins anymore, but I just happened to jump on the scale yesterday morning and went, holy shit, we actually are going to do a video on that. Live last night, 2 hours earlier for breaking news. Say the less, gotcha. 675 went online. The first thing I found was Diet Doctor. I did a 3-day fast to help some. Then I found keto and my legs stopped bloating. There you go. I'm telling you, dude, my feet, my calves, everything else, the swelling is gone. Absolutely gone. Actually, speaking of, gentlemen, hydrate. Everyone hydrate. Oh, I'm only 32 ounces in for the day. On gym days, I'm going to start doing 160 ounces, I think. Just chugging a quarter gallon. Dude, going back to a gallon of water a day. Usually weigh on Monday mornings. I do Mondays and Fridays usually, Bear. Mondays and Fridays. I used to make videos every Monday and Friday for the weigh-ins, but I think video-wise, I'm just going to do Fridays. Usually Wednesday-ish, right around Wednesday morning, I'll step on it. I don't make a video or put the numbers out there, just kind of see what the week's looking like, where it's trending. Knowing if I'm going to have a happy video on Friday's weigh-in or a sad video on Friday's weigh-in. But that's how she goes. That is how she goes. Found carnivore and it solved a lot of problems. Keto brought me on, such as kidney stones. Yeah, I remember you saying you had a lot of problems with kidney stones, Ram. I believe I still have one in me somewhere. I'm not sure. I had the pain in my kidneys, like someone was stabbing me in the back. I'm 100% certain that I had heart failure. When I eat like shit and gain weight, they can see minor congestive heart failure on scans. It disappears when you're on carnivore or at least keto. Yeah. See, the thing we're finding, or the thing everyone seems to be finding, is carnivore has all these benefits where the healing properties, just everything, inflammation reduction, the weight loss, all of it's fantastic. But literally, like we've all seen from my breaks, your guys' screw-ups, the minute you stop doing carnivore, it all just comes right back. So there's like, you get locked in and this works. There's no getting away from it. Changed out keyboards out of boredom. I have 5 to choose from. I don't have problems, I promise. I only have 2 sitting around. I got, this one's my 60%. I got my Red Dragon 60%. This is my main one. And I have a Razer. I don't remember which one. I have a huge full-size Razer keyboard somewhere. I'd have to go find it again, but it's down here somewhere. I'm still, as clean as my new office looks, I am still setting up a million different things down here. I was supposed to have my wife's new, I have the man cave. She has the she shed. So I was supposed to have her she shed fixed up a little bit for her here. And I don't think I'm going to do that. Keychron keyboards, gotcha. I could never get into Macs. It's their whole operating system I really didn't like. Fucking Delta Force standard.
Kira's?
Gone! Meme review. What's going on, guys? Welcome to 2026. Luckily, it's been a pretty chill year so far. Nothing crazy's happened yet. No fuck! Yeah, that's right, 2026. A lot of you said new year, new me. The United States said new year, new president of Venezuela.
El Presidentes are free. You can just go take them.
Apparently.
The United States hit Venezuela with a large-scale strike early Saturday and said its president, Nicolas Maduro, had been captured.
I don't like Microsoft shoving ads down my throat nonstop after I paid them a lot of money to use their product. Microsoft, they aren't the product you are. Yeah. I don't know. I don't get a lot of ads on anything, to be honest with you.
Flown out of the country.
Yeah, a couple days ago when most of us were busy honk shoeing, the Delta boys were busy. Yeah, in the middle of the night, in response to things like escalating tensions and stolen assets from the United States, the American military apparently went into the capital of Venezuela, wiped out all of their air defenses, stole the Venezuelan president, and got the fuck out of the country in less time than it took to watch the finale of Stranger Things, which I can only imagine was much more satisfying and way less gay.
I don't like girls.
Well, I mean, we didn't really steal the president, unless you're using the...
I watched all the first 4 seasons of Stranger Things, man. I don't know. Why they took like a 3-year gap, 3 or 4 year gap between the last season and now. It's been so long. I just can't even get back into it.
Of course. Strategically transferring El Presidente.
I think for me, Stranger Things was more just the nostalgia than anything because that's when I grew up. Like that time period, man. Late 80s, early 90s, dude. Oh my God, that was my heyday. That was my heyday back then.
To an alternative location. Yeah, after repeatedly saying that he was not afraid of the United States, President Maduro realized exactly why it's a good idea to be afraid of the United States. My name is President Nicolas Maduro, and I am not afraid of the USA. Here is my address.
Well, seemingly they took out the important ones on the way in. They took out the ones that mattered on the way in.
POV, you're Maduro at 0200 on Saturday, January 3rd, 2026. Potato chips, optional. According to the debrief afterward, apparently Maduro was swiped at his home, didn't even make it to his panic room. Say what you will, it was surgical. All those shiny new air defense systems Venezuela was just given by foreign entities immediately wiped out as we went in, snagged Maduro, got out, 0 American casualties. Yeah, the Venezuelan air defense systems.
I think that's probably one of the funniest things about this too is how like days beforehand China and Russia came out publicly saying they were going to back them, and literally we did this and just crickets, absolute crickets. The majority of which don't even work. I know Russia's still operating on machinery and stuff from what, man? Fucking Cold War era.
Managed to get just as bad of a KD as that one dude from World War Z.
Russia's gonna have a tough time, man. I'm telling you, Russia's gonna have a real tough time. They're fighting on their western front in the Ukraine shit, but all their ammunition was coming out of Iran from production facilities there, which are all getting shut down because of the riots there. It's gonna be, I don't know, interesting. It's gonna be very interesting to see what comes from all this. They're generally trying to take out the American choppers. It wasn't just a total story. You can see the rockets flying up at them. Speaking about the foreign air defenses that Venezuela has. Yeah. Yep.
But real quick, this episode of Gun Meme Review was brought to you by
none
none
other
other
than,
than
I don't think we lost any equipment.
TacPack is the ultimate
personnel.
subscription box service company that brings you cool tactical gear such as Walker Electronic Ear Pro.
What is that sound? Oh, it's my chair.
That hit a very expensive gun. Mantis,
I'm still big enough that every time
tactical hot dogs.
Every time my fucking chair creaks, I'm still big enough. I feel like I'm just gonna break the goddamn thing. This chair's getting old, man. It's getting old. It's had me just slapping heaters into this chair for like 5 years. I'm surprised it's still holding up.
AR-15 accessories and more. And you can get your free tactical gift by signing up for TacPack using the code AKGuy. Thank you to TacPack for being a consistent sponsor. You can check them out using the links down in the description and in the pinned comment. We'd also like to thank SDI.edu. If you've ever thought about getting your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, you didn't know where to look, consider checking them out again using the links down in the description and in the pinned comment. Thank you to TacPack and SDI for making videos
I'm really
like this
curious on this. We're going to do the Ubisoft hack after that. I'm very curious because I personally have an Ubisoft account to play some of their games. And I'd like to know if my information is vulnerable.
Possible. Back to the video. Iranian and Venezuelan S-300s when the U.S. Army/Navy/Air Force enter their airspace. I mean, he's out of line, but he's right. Now, in this video, I'm going to try not to get into the deep geopolitics of this because there are some conflicting opinions here, not all of which are invalid. But one thing I think everybody can agree on is that this was an amazingly surgical strike by the United States.
They still are heavily fucking nuclear armed, too. I mean, they got nukes out the ass, so.
We had a hard line in the sand. That line was not respected. And by the time most of us woke up, the supposed regime change was already over.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
You're finally awake.
Leaving the Nothing Ever Happens crew in absolute shambles. According to the president, the United States of America successfully carried out a large-scale strike against Venezuela and its leader, President Nicolas Maduro, who has been captured and flown
You're finally awake.
out of the country.
I think after I finished Red Dead, I've never played the Skyrim games. I've never played a single Skyrim or Elder Scrolls or Sekiro or Dark Souls. I've never played any of that stuff. I might actually, when we finish Red Dead Redemption, which we're probably going to play some Red Dead today. We're probably going to do some Red Dead today. We've been doing a lot of React stuff, a lot of bullshit, and a lot of hanging out, a lot of editing stuff. We haven't played games in a little bit, so. Oh, I've heard. I know it's an amazing game. I need to play it. We'll probably do that after Red Dead. When we finish the story of Red Dead, I am going to play a lot of poker in Red Dead, but I'm not going out of my way to do 9 million different side quests and stuff like that. I'm just going to do the main story stuff and get through that and call her good.
This operation was done in conjunction with U.S. law enforcement. Details to follow. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. which I will say was a pretty crazy thing to be woken up to at like 3:30 in the morning.
A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one.
Speaking of Star Wars, apparently when this strike went down, there were Chinese diplomats there in the capital in Venezuela who witnessed the entire thing. Breaking, Chinese officials are apparently caught in the crossfires. They arrived for Venezuelan government meetings 4 hours ago. Just in, Chinese officials...
I mean, the shipbuilding stuff they announced, the fucking upgrades coming for our fleets and stuff sounds pretty cool, but... Then again, I mean, it should be top of the line for them taking 50% of our fucking money every year.
Officials arrive in Venezuela for talks with President Nicolas Maduro. Our boy Nick, the fat electrician, chimes in. These guys are having the most awkward work trip ever. I do also find it funny that the pizza tracker completely nailed this one again. If you're not familiar with what the...
See, my problem is right now, overall, it's hard for me to care about even the positive things that are happening politically. The negatives, whatever. The positives that are coming through, whatever. When we're paying 50% of our fucking income in taxes every year and it's still this bad, like, until that's resolved, how am I supposed to be happy about anything? How am I supposed to be happy about anything? 50% of our money is taxes. Income tax, state tax, fucking gas tax, grocery tax, shopping, fucking 50% of your money's gone in taxes. We're literal fucking slaves. We're literally fucking wage slaves to the fucking government, man, and I'm fucking over it. I'm absolutely fucking over it.
Pentagon pizza tracker is. It's essentially...
It's hard for me to care about anything else outside of that fucking fact. It really, really is. Really fucking is.
People who keep track of how busy pizza joints are around the Pentagon in Washington, D.C. The idea being at weird hours if a lot of people are ordering pizza.
It was like 1913. It was like right before World War One. It was like right before World War One. It also corresponded, look into the Titanic and some of the people that died on the Titanic. A lot of the guys against central banking and stuff went down on the Titanic, funnily enougenough. You want to go down a fun rabbit hole. It's a very, very interesting story.
Around the Pentagon, it means they're staying in
income tax was supposed to be completely fucking temporary. And what was it when it came out? It was like 2%? I'm fine with 2%. You want to take 2%? Fucking do it up, brother. You want 2% for federal and another 2% for state? Let's fucking do it all. I'm fine with even sales tax on items and gas and all that shit. But fuck, I mean, what's income tax at this point? We're losing fucking 35%, and then the rest of it's just fucking everything else. Net parity, more terrifying is who's it go to. That's what I'm saying, dude. It doesn't go to what it's fucking supposed to. It's all just a scam, and they just take all of our fucking money, dude. Like we have, again, I'm not going to talk about my income, my wife's income, but I'm going to put it this way. We don't have kids. We don't have kids. We have a Chihuahua, we have 2 vehicles, and we have a fucking mortgage. We have a very, very decent amount of money coming in every year, and we are barely fucking surviving, dude. I don't know how people with kids are fucking making it. Yeah, Texas doesn't have state. Yep, that was my favorite part about being in Texas. No state tax. Fucking Pennsylvania is 6%, man. 6% in Pennsylvania. New York's even worse. New York's fucking 8%. No, that's not even that's not even true. That's sales tax. That's sales tax in those states is fucking 6 and 8. That's what I'm saying. That's what it should be, dude. I'd be fine with an income tax if it was 1 or 2% for state and federal. I'd be fine with that. I'm even fine with 1 or 2%, and then we pay fucking, you know what I mean? You pay sales tax on items you buy, gas, groceries, all that shit. I don't think groceries should be taxed. Items outside of that, I'm fine with that. I'm completely fine with that. But the fact that we're overall losing 50 fucking % of our income to the government is literal fucking crime. Like, dude, people can't get the fuck ahead. Again, me and my wife have a very healthy amount of money coming into this house, and we're barely fucking making it with 2 of us and a dog. Like I said, that's just a mortgage and keeping 2 fucking cars on the road. Sales tax in Kentucky, 6%, so you're the same as Pennsylvania. No luxury tax. Sales tax in Texas is 8.25. Yeah, I remember 8.25. New York's 8%. I remember the 8.25 because it was super close to New York, and 90% of the stuff I buy am in New York because it's the closest city. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid, and I hate it. It's like, even look at the big claim, no taxes on tips or overtime. It's all bullshit. It's all, you still pay the taxes. It's just fucking, you say no taxes on something, you just don't tax it. It's all percentage based and all this other bullshit. Tax on your vehicles every year blow my mind. Yeah. Nope, I don't have to do that either. There's no luxury tax on cars here. Nope, you renew your registration once every 2 years, and that's it. You get it back when you file? Fucking not near enough, dude. Come on. Not near enough of it, dude. Not near enough. Fucking overall, for all the taxes across the board every year, none of us should be paying over 5%. Fucking no one. Literal fucking crime, anything more than that, in my
This
opinion.
after hours,
Literal
and it's going to be a
fucking
long
crime.
night, usually for something exciting.
We barely
There's also an
get
equal
shit
tracker that
back,
tracks
man.
low
We
attendance
barely
at
get
local
anything
gay
back.
bars around the Pentagon, but I won't read too far into that. New York prepper, Pentagon Pizza Index suddenly skyrocketing, 770%
Pizza
above
Index. That's a
normal at
pretty
Papa
cool way
John's
of
near
looking
the
at shit.
Pentagon. This was at 11:46
That's a
p.m.
pretty cool way of
on
looking
the
at shit.
2nd. So the guy nailed it. Pentagon Pizza Tracker continuing to be the best indicator as to what we are doing. Also, I mean, check out Raytheon stock. Probably not a bad one either. Pentagon Pizza Report. Pizzato Pizza, a late-night pizzeria nearby the Pentagon, has suddenly surged in traffic. Check it out. Pentagon Pizza Report called it. Pretty sick. Not gonna lie, I'm that guy. I pay attention to the Pentagon Pizza Report. But pushing that all to the side for a moment, I think we can all agree on who's really behind this. It's a certain group of people, notoriously very cheap, who a lot of people get kind of upset when you start to criticize them.
It's too fishy. It's all
I think
going
we
into the
all know
system.
who
It
I'm
just
talking
needs to not be taxed in the first place. It's the only
It's
time I
fucking
ever believe shit
Caltech.
like that.
The Caltech R&D department trying to build something wacky for SHOT
Don't
Show
believe
after
it.
Trump blew up all of their cocaine
believe it.
boats. Of course, we all know the long storied history of the Caltech cocaine train memes.
I have
and nobody
zero
knows this
faith
better
in
than
the Caltech.
Caltech.
I need that
for
to be
fuck's sake,
understood.
Caltech
I have
knows ball.
no
and those
fucking
magnificent
faith
bastards
in
over
it.
there know that I love them too.
None whatsoever.
Even though half the shit they do is like legitimately crack smoking. It's still fun. Not enough people are
That's what
fun
I'm
in the industry these
saying.
days. Speaking of the gun industry, though, as it relates to the Venezuela incident, President Maduro was not the only one to
the
get
world you
picked
gotta
up
live
by
in.
United States forces and the DEA. That's right. They finally got Grand Thumb. Turns out not even SEER training can save you from a strike like this. Apparently he's got Wi-Fi there in Guantanamo Bay, though, because as soon as his mugshot was released, or the photo that they took with him at the airfield with DEA, he replied with, "It's all ogre, guys. They found my trend stash. Press F to pay respects." I love the other part of this, too, is just kind of flexing on the rest of the world with our ability to conduct, well, you know, an operation like this. Now that's how you do a special military
Gotta get my
operation.
walk in for the day. Take
Speaking
care.
of,
Sounds good, Bear.
Vladimir
Sounds
Putin
good,
watching
Bear.
Donald
Thanks for
Trump
stopping by,
and
brother.
Pete
Appreciate
Hegseth
you hanging out.
overthrow a hostile leftist regime in less than 3 hours instead of spending 4 years
Enjoy
devolving into
your
World
walk.
War I style trench warfare. In the words of the asshole on a Battlefield 6 lobby, get good. It is funny how relatively quiet a lot of those parties have been so far. Venezuela, we're short-staffed for tonight. Damn, that's crazy. Good luck, though. We could use some extra help. Yeah, I bet. Good luck, man. On top of that, I love the little things we
That's
did
a
for
fucking.
style
That's an
points.
OG
Like, for
text
example,
for someone trying to call
blowing
him a
up
fucking
the grave
employee.
of Hugo
Yeah, I know that
Chavez.
one anyway.
No strategic value, simply because we could. Not only did we S-rank the mission, we also just went for the bonus XP objectives. Mr. President, did you invade them? No, what kind of animal do you take me for? But I did kidnap the president. Oh no! And a few hours later, Trump did tweet out, to provide proof of life for President Maduro, this photo, which I know we're 3 days in, but that's got to be close to photo of the year. I mean, all the capture photos go kind of hard, including a couple of these where he's wearing an Origin jacket, which Origin then retweeted, which has got to be the marketing win
should
of
be
the
till
year
spring,
so
but they're
far.
available
Work,
for
stress,
pre-order.
bills. Ruger discounting their
They just
scout
removed
rifle,
the president. Yeah,
taking
yeah.
down all the Christmas decorations.
No, I know that.
Me
dude.
staying
No, I
positive
know
because
that. We
attitude
didn't
is half
overthrow
the battle.
anything. They just got this
POV,
dude
your
out.
barrel was one
That's all
inch
it was
too
a
short.
fucking
God,
mass
if it was the ATF
orchestrated
doing a raid
kidnapping.
instead of the DEA. I hope Maduro didn't have a dog. I mean, truly, I don't even think we've seen the beginning of the memes yet, but the memes so far have been fantastic. Whether it's the
Comfy
fact
pillow.
that we're already both memeing on Maduro with the Saddam meme, him becoming his own meme based on the meme of the last guy that the United States took out. Which again, without getting too deep into it, I vastly prefer this type of regime change. I mean, the Bush era, let's spend 10 years, lose thousands of soldiers, and kill 1 million civilians versus let's just kidnap the motherfucker in the middle of the night. Told you we would. I'm Maduro. I got ripped out of my bed with my wife in our underwear at 1 a.m. and extradited to America. I don't know. The thing is, there's so many people that just seem to be so up in arms about a lot of this stuff on behalf of the Venezuelan people, which, if you talk to the Venezuelan people, it seems like they're They seem pretty fucking happy about this turn of events. Maduro gets captured by the US, Venezuelans, communist teenagers with iPhones. I mean, you see it a lot if you talk to especially people like Cubans in Florida and things like that. There's a vast difference in opinions on communism and socialism between people who have lived under it and people who have, well, had college paid for by their rich parents they resent.
Yep.
CNN, when they find the only person in Venezuela that's
agree with
unhappy with
this
Trump
fucking whole video.
kidnapping Maduro. Which I don't know. It's a complicated situation. I'm willing to admit I'm oversimplifying this for the sake of comedy. There may be some geopolitical ramifications that come from this, as there are on pretty much all things that happen on the world stage. Again, I don't think this format's necessarily the best place to air those out. I just wanted to bring you the memes because out of all the things going on in the world right now, laughter is always the best medicine.
Indeed.
And it's much easier to laugh when you're the country that still has a president.
We wouldn't happen to be invading
Venezuela
today, would we? You got me.
Anyhow, I'm looking forward to getting back into regular content for you guys. This is going to be a crazy year. I mean, it's about to ramp up for me for a lot of reasons, I'm sure you know. But I appreciate you guys sticking
dude,
with me
everyone. I
through
mean,
it all.
they're celebrating in the streets down there. All the people who emigrated here from Venezuela, man, they're all loving every second of it. Loving every single second of it.
I do hope you take care of yourselves and have a very fun and prosperous 2026. Thank you guys, and as always, I will see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video. Thanks.
Brandon Herrera, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Herrera, fantastic YouTuber. All right, we're not looking at that. I want to look at this hack that happened at Ubisoft. Over to Ubisoft.
How is it possible that a video game publisher, in particular one single game which that publisher operates, how is it possible for that publisher to have a $1 trillion hack? Because believe it or not, that's actually not an exaggeration. The company is Ubisoft, the game is Rainbow Six Siege, and today we're talking about a damaging yet
Guess what? I don't have to worry because I don't play fucking Siege because it's the most toxic game in existence.
somewhat hilarious.
There's some other contenders. There's some other contenders for fucking most toxic environment in gaming. Yeah, that's up there. That's up there. I killed a guy in Red Dead, or not Red Dead, fucking... I killed a guy in Rainbow Six Siege one time and literally proceeded to get death threats via the Xbox messaging system for like a month after the fact. It's the type of people that hang out over there.
A series of events which led to the game being
Overjoyed as well. Oh, I'm
shut
sure.
down,
I'm sure.
with trillions of dollars of in-game currency and items being dispersed all across the player base. Let's start with background. December 19th of 2025, right before the holidays, a new vulnerability was discovered inside a service called MongoDB. For anyone who isn't aware, MongoDB is a very popular open source database serving many of the world's largest companies. We're talking about banks,
Bring the volume up a
insurance,
little bit. It
AI,
sounds super
numerous
quiet
other
on my
companies,
end.
even Google. Pretty much anything you can possibly think of. Immediately after the disclosure, this new vulnerability received a name, CVE 2025-14847. But given its similarity to an existing exploit known as Heartbleed, CVE 2014-0160, which affected the open SSL library at the time back in the day, given the strong similarities, CVE 2025-14847 was rapidly dubbed MongoBleed. Within a few days, an exploit was published on GitHub.
Telegram from Mongo.
Funny,
Telegram from Mongo. Dude, I need to watch Blazing Saddles again. It's been so
This tool is
long.
for authorized security testing only. Unauthorized access to computer systems is illegal, end quote. When the entire purpose of the exploit is to gain access to unauthorized information. But regardless, on December 19th, the vulnerability appears, and by December 26th, there's a working public exploit. We don't know how many companies or general services were impacted by all this. Some may still be impacted over time. It's an extremely high severity ongoing exploit. Likewise, we don't actually know if the successful hack of Rainbow Six Siege even had anything to do with the exploit. But the timing certainly lines up, and over the course of the rest of the video, as we unravel the tangled narrative,
I do
it should
have an
become a little bit
Ubisoft
more
account.
clear why
I do have an
MongoBleed
Ubisoft
is
account,
such a
so maybe
pivotal
something happened there.
centerpiece,
But
even if it's not the actual culprit. In the most rudimentary terms possible, please do feel free to correct me down below in the comment section if anything is wrong. The most simplistic explanation of how MongoBleed works is this. First, an attacker tricks the server into thinking that a particular incoming message, when it gets uncompressed, would be much larger than it actually is. Typically, this wouldn't matter. In most modern programming languages, memory just gets zeroed out in a situation like that. But in this case, because of the mismatch in size, the server basically stuffs everything it had in memory into the faulty message. Honestly, that's not precisely what happens at all, as per my understanding, but it's the best way to describe things in a simple format. Once the memory has been wrongfully stuffed into the initial message, the attacker needs to get the message back, and this is where they go through a complicated series of steps, essentially creating a forced error, after which the server, attempting to be helpful, sends the message back to them, with an explanation of where the error occurred. Again, it's not quite that simple, but I'm not even remotely qualified to do a detailed summary, so it is what it is. Ultimately, attackers can then execute this process thousands of times per second, and basically just scan the entire database. This is an incredibly dangerous exploit. It's an 8.7 out of 10, by the way, on the severity scale, and theoretically it could be impacting hundreds of major companies at the moment. But for right now, today...
this might be more than Ubisoft.
Specifically, Rainbow Six Siege. A little bit of housekeeping before we go further. A lot of this information, the majority of it actually, comes from an account called VX Underground, which curates the largest collection of malware samples on the entire internet. They also go by Smelly Smellington sometimes, and they like pictures of cats a lot. I did attempt to have an interview with them, offered up a picture of a cat myself, but no dice. However, they've been remarkably open with their explanations of what happened after allegedly speaking with various representatives from not one, not two, three, four, but 5 separate groups, hacker groups, who were directly or indirectly involved with the exploit of Ubisoft and Rainbow Six Siege. If you want to follow their account, there's a link down below, obviously, but the timeline goes a little something like this. Around December 27th, Ubisoft gets compromised. An initial group of attackers gain access and begin dispersing millions upon millions worth of in-game credits to the entire player base. Not just credits, by the way. Some players reportedly received exclusive developer skins, special items, and all sorts of other content being dispersed to accounts, as well as unexpected bans and even trolling by visualizing song lyrics through the feed of account bans. It's actually kind of funny when you think about it. All in all, it was a rather severe disruption to the service, to which Ubisoft responded by downplaying the entire situation. They referred to it as an incident or an issue, but whether or not they were willing to admit how bad things really were, they were forced to take the entire game down for almost 2 straight days. In total, something like $300 trillion worth of credits and other items were handed out all across the community, and Ubisoft was forced to clarify that no one would be banned or suspended for spending those credits, but that the entire game would have to be rolled back to try and undo the damage. That was attacker group number 1, the Chaos Agents. Group number 2 is where it gets even more interesting, because supposedly, utilizing MongoBleed, a second group at the time managed to gain access to Ubisoft servers, exfiltrating source code for all of their
multiplayer games.
The claim was that they had code
1990. Oh my god, dude!
And fresh off the heels of an 8.7 level severity exploit such as MongoBleed, it wasn't exactly hard to believe. Except there's more. Suddenly there was a group number 3, this time claiming that they had compromised Ubisoft, exfiltrated user data, a lot of it, and were then using that data to supposedly extort the company. Once again, it's
on a positive note, I have an Ubisoft account, but I've never purchased anything on Ubisoft. Never. I don't have my card information. They don't have any of my accounts. None of the big stuff. So I'm feeling pretty safe about this one. But if you guys have spent money on Ubisoft, I would probably be keeping eyes on this.
Exactly.
I would definitely keep tabs on this.
It's not even the first time that's happened. Back in 2020, Ubisoft was hit by something called egregor ransomware, which ended up releasing over 500 gigs of source code for Watch Dogs Legion.
Dude, the shit that happens with these hacks is insane. My wife's hospital got hacked last year. Or no, it's 2023, end of 2023. Her hospital got hacked, shut their entire system down, patient records, all of the computer systems. They had to document everything back on paper for like 2 or 3 months. Dude, it was bad. Bad. These hacks are no joke, man. They shut down hospitals, banks, whatever they go after, and they just hold it ransom. They literally hold the entire system ransom for like $20 million to get their payout and give it back. It's fucking ridiculous.
Ironically, a game that's all about hacking. And something similar happened again in 2022, this time with a group called Lapsus. It's really not far-fetched at all to think that Ubisoft, which does in fact use MongoDB across most of their services, would have potentially been hit again, multiple times, in the wake of this current exploit. However, as plausible as the situation seemed, reality is never really so simple. Contradicting groups 2 and 3, a fourth group entered the picture, this time claiming that the previous 2 groups were lying. The source
This is
code
what
from
happens
all the way
not
back to
new internal
1990,
fighting.
while probably existing in some capacity,
Internal
had been
fighting
stolen a
amongst
while ago.
the hackers.
Apparently, there was internal fighting amongst the attackers, some of them attempting to hide behind each other and take advantage of the whole situation. But going even further, after several days of uncertainty, a fifth group allegedly appeared. This fifth and final group, supposedly the most serious of them all by far, broke down the process for VX Underground, demonstrating what happened, how it happened, and clarifying who was and was not lying. Group 1, the initial hack, that is, and the ones who dispersed all the currency, were real. Obviously it happened, the game was offline for days because of it, but Group 2 was lying about how they gained access. Group 3 was just full of shit entirely,
That's
and then
good.
Group 5 was like the dad that came home and all the kids were arguing. Apparently these groups loosely know each other. They operate in the same Discord server at least, and if the reporting is accurate, they plan to release a detailed public write-up of what happened and how, but at the moment, there's, I guess, conflict. Mongo Bleed created a massive opportunity and a free-for-all inside Ubisoft, but the resulting chaos isn't just because of the exploit, it's also because of the people involved. Different hacker groups with different intentions and different motives all smashed together during the holiday season, creating chaos in Rainbow Six Siege and Ubisoft. But even as I make this video, funnily enough, even as I was scripting the parts about how Siege had been taken offline for days and all that, it happened again. As of right now, January 5th, 2025, Rainbow Six servers are down again. Apparently bans are being handed out left and right for 67 days, which is apparently a meme. 6-7 is somehow an internet joke,
days.
I guess. Not entirely sure why. But streamers and various other players are being given 67-day harassment bans, indicating that, once again, attackers have gained access to privileged information and are wreaking havoc inside a Ubisoft product. As it stands, what we know versus what is claimed are two entirely separate things. The Mongo Bleed exploit may not have been even used in these hacks, and yet whatever issue Ubisoft was grappling with, creating a feeding frenzy at the expense of their public reputation, clearly isn't finished yet. Oddly enough, they haven't said a single thing publicly, Ubisoft that is, on social media since December 29th, after which the game went down again very quickly, leaving the entire player base to wonder, how bad is it really? What's actually going on? Mongo Bleed is an interesting exploit to me. Not exactly because of what it does, in this case, more so because of what it caused. Even if it wasn't the utilized mechanism, even if it's just a name that was, used as cover by some of these groups, Mongo Bleed coincided with an extremely chaotic and high-profile gaming hack, then causing multiple other groups to step forward, claiming to have sensitive information, attempting extortion, and throwing tons of gasoline on the fire in a very plausible way. I, for one, will be absolutely waiting for the supposed clarification from the fifth group of hackers who are, I guess, the most serious ones, but I'm not exactly holding my breath because whoever these loosely associated groups are that obviously know each other, they're clearly not all on the same page about what to do or how, and the impact that they're having on the game is ongoing and substantial. Ultimately, it's a $1 trillion hack in terms of raw value. Multi-hundred trillion.
They're talking
apparently,
a multi-hundred trillion dollars. They're literally talking the in-game game currency. So in Destiny 2, it's silver. In Warframe, it's platinum. All of these games have an in-game currency that you pay real cash for. It gives you the in-game currency. You then use the in-game currency to buy skins, colors, shader packs, stuff like that. You all know what they're all about. And that's the currency that got leaked. So they're basing this $1 trillion estimate off of in-game currency, not actual fucking monetary value, which I knew it was going to be something like that because ain't no fucking way. It's $1 trillion fucking hack. Fucking kind of hilarious, though. Kind of hilarious. Ubisoft's not a fantastic company, so.
Value of skins and items and everything distributed. But the practical impact, or like the real dollar impact, I suppose, is more like millions. Maybe hundreds of millions if the damage to the infrastructure of Ubisoft's most valuable product is severe. The game itself, Rainbow Six Siege, has earned Ubisoft billions since it first came out.
Really?
But the final chapter of the story remains to be seen, with a multitude of different ways it might play out.
No shit. I didn't know it brought in that much money. It doesn't surprise me. It's a
until
huge
then,
game.
that's it.
It's a
If you want
huge
to support
game.
the channel, check out the links down below, a special VPN deal, locals and Patreon, channel memberships, and more. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always,
Upper echelon, that is the $1 trillion Ubisoft hack, which the $1 trillion comes down to in-game currency that was doled out, an equivalent of $1 trillion. Apologies for my tardiness, but I went for a walk after breakfast, then brought in the decorations, then wrapped up my brisket to finish it, and then checked my blood pressure. 104/66 with a 67 pulse. Let's go, Benny. Ben, are you still on a blood pressure medication? Or are you off of them now? I think you're still on one, right? Lisinopril, I think we were talking about this yesterday. Pretty sure it was you. Welcome, by the way. Welcome in. We haven't been going too long. We're just doing some slight react stuff. We were looking at some political things. I think we're done doing that for now, man. I don't like fucking with politics too much, man. It's just an easy way to get your shit shut down, to be honest with you. But that was a very interesting look at what's going on with Ubisoft and gaming right now, and some wild stuff. So we got a Dave Mack here. We're going to check this one out real quick. I want to look at this carnivore lasagna, too, because that looks really goddamn good. I want to make that at some point. Let's see what Dave Mack's got.
People and organizations are very happy to sabotage your carnivore journey. Some of them directly, some of them...
I already like this video and where it's going because I have had so much hate in the last 3 or 4 days on the carnivore diet, specifically on Instagram. Like, the amount of hate I get, I feel like a vegan with how much hate I get coming at me. It's fucking insane. You're losing all this weight and you're getting off of medications and all your stats look awesome and your blood pressure's fucking great, but you're doing it wrong. Like, holy shit.
Your friends will tell you you're crazy, that you need vegetables just to survive. What about phytonutrients? What about fiber? Dietitians and nutritionists will go out of their way to warn you about everything that could possibly go wrong.
That's nuts. That's really fucking good. That's like teetering on the edge of being low almost.
Your doctor or cardiologist will tell you that unless you're on statin,
you get down in the 90s over 50s or something, go smoke a cigarette for Christ's sake and get it back up over 100.
The world is going to collapse. Not only are you going to have a heart attack, but your doctor's also going to have a heart attack having to look at those inflated numbers on your blood work. And yes, all of that pressure can build up and eventually knock you off track. But here's the thing. Even if you ignored every single one of those voices...
I can't wait to go back on Dave Mack. I can't wait. Oh, speaking of, I need to reschedule with Patrick. Give me 1 second, guys. I have to reschedule. I was supposed to interview with Patrick Alexander. Booking. C. What am I fucking doing here? Cancel this booking. Here to book again. What about Thursday the 8th? Oh, he's not free Thursday. No! About next Tuesday. Shit, he's not free that day. That's unfortunate. Well, I was going to tell you guys today, I need a little inflammation in my life. Not ever. I was going to tell you guys there's not going to be a stream on Thursday today, but there is definitely going to be a stream Thursday. I was going to reschedule with Patrick Alexander Magier. I think I'm saying that right, Magier, in case he's in here. Magier, am I saying that right, Pat, if you're here? Shit, what do I want to do? No, because that's going to be the same situation, because she's going to leave next Wednesday. Let's do... Dude, this guy lives in Thailand or something, man. There's no way. He absolutely lives in Thailand or something. So next Thursday stream is going to be delayed. I know I'm telling you guys way early. Next Thursday, I'm going to be interviewing with Mr. Patrick Magier. And, yeah. I'm pretty sure he lives in Thailand. Because his booking times start at like 3 a.m. 3 a.m. So I'm assuming he's trying to match the U.S. times. Let's see. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Approval required. You know what? Let's do 10 a.m. Sorry, guys. I'm just rebooking this quick so I don't screw him over. That's right, yet. January 15th at 10 a.m. Be out of the world with me. Shibby dibby doo. That's about 9:30 to 11. So we are canceling this one. We're canceling the 7th, and we are moving to the 15th. I love color coding my things. I love color coding my things. Oh, that's a brand new pen. Wait, no. I gotta have a blue one somewhere. I do. Is that a new one too? What the fuck is that? Gross. Interview. 10 o'clock a.m. All right, we are rescheduled for an interview with him. Also going to be doing a fun word. I'm going to be doing a sobriety podcast coming up. I am going to be doing a sobriety podcast coming up, which is going to be a weight loss focus, because they hit me up and they said they do a podcast on sobriety. They do weight loss as well, but I had to tell them, like, I like bourbon, though. It's weird wearing my moccasins or whenever I wear slippers. It's hella hard on my feet, but my joints seem to love the pulse of the step more than the smooth transition from heel to toe of sneakers. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just having some form of padding for me really, really helps. As long as I'm wearing slippers around the house, I don't barefoot often. I got real thick slippers, which I'm coming up on a new pair of slippers here pretty quick. But yeah, as long as I got some padding, my joints feel a lot better. And the fact that I'm drinking water like crazy now. Drinking water like crazy is definitely helping. That's with me.
Even if you...
It's wild. This video is so accurate. So accurate. 15th, 2026, 10 a.m. Request booking. Bill, high calorie human. Gotcha. All right, so we are rebooked for that podcast. We are doing good.
You stopped listening to all of them completely. There's still a much more sinister saboteur. And this one doesn't come from the outside. This one lives with you. It's your own mind, and it's constantly, quietly working against you. And if you've been on carnivore for any length of time, you already know this voice. It says things like, "You're feeling better now. One little deviation won't matter. You've been strict for weeks. You've earned..."
Until you're on day 3 of that cheat, then things get a little sideways. You always think you can control the cheat meal going into it, but once you come out of it, nah.
You can always restart tomorrow. And the dangerous part is, the voice sounds reasonable. You think, yeah, I make a good point. I probably could just have a little bit. This is why I've often compared getting off carbs to AA. Because the decision fatigue and the rationalization that
I have 2.5 pounds of chuck steak upstairs that I really want to eat.
goes on seems to function the same way. And as a result,
I might only go till 3
getting
today.
started with
We'll see what
carnivore,
happens.
or
I
you're
gotta
getting
get some videos
restarted
done
with
today. I don't even know
carnivore,
what I'm going to do
the
yet.
goal shouldn't be
I
to
want
think
to get
about
2 videos
carnival
out tonight, so I
forever.
might stop at 3
goal
today.
is to
Unless we're
think about
booming. If
today.
we get double digits
One
in
day
here,
at a
maybe I'll stick
time,
around for a
one
little bit,
decision at a time. Just get through today. And if you do fall off the wagon, as many people do, don't beat yourself up about it. You don't beat yourself up, you don't spiral, you don't look in the mirror and call yourself a failure. You just acknowledge it and you get back on track. But here's the thing. Your mind is very good at sabotaging you because the consequences fade. When you first start carnival, you're gung-ho. You're right in there because you're feeling so bad. But once you're not feeling so bad, that little voice inside your head starts saying, come on, you're feeling good now.
Come on, baby, sign the ticket. Just give us a taste of that. Give us a taste of that bread and there's sugar. Come on, man, just a little bit. Just a little bit. You know how it goes. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
One little bit's not going to hurt. And the sabotage begins. So one thing I think is important is you have to force the consequences to be visible. And the easiest and probably most powerful way to do this is really simple. Just write it all down. If you eat a carb-heavy meal, write it down. Write down how your clothes feel
Log
afterward.
everything.
The bloating, the heaviness, the
speaking
brain
of.
fog. Write down how you're feeling emotionally. The disappointment, the frustration, the why did I do that feeling. Then, and this one's really important, write down how you feel the next morning. How your body feels waking up.
And utter
the regret.
dog duke. 11:45. I broke my fast early today. Early. 27, 298. Jeez. Walk with me. Shit. I need 3. My schmalculator. Where is my schmalculator? I've always wanted a nice pair of moccasins, though, Benny. How are they? You said they're super cozy yesterday, right? 2.6, 2.6. 9, 10. 0, 0. Fat is 31. 2.6. Oops. No. Oh, no, it is. 2.6. 31 equals 80.6 grams. And 2.6 times 19 equals 49.4. I don't know how to achieve the fat content I want in meals without literally doing the 73-27 ground beef. It's like the only way I can get there. Ooh, 111. See, 0, 11 grams, 0. All right, we are all logged for our first meal of the day. I keep trying to remember the numbers like throughout the whole day. Oh yeah, very cozy, but the walking is hard on my feet instead of my knees, and get the back pain. and back at the pain. Yeah. I need to wear, like, when I'm in the gym, I have, like, super, super thick soles on my shoes. Those inserts can help, too. Those gel inserts, they definitely help out quite a bit. Let's close that up.
The stiffness, the mood. And you need to start using your notes as a weapon. Because the next time that voice shows up, the one that says, 1 time's not going to hurt. Go on, just a little bit. You deserve this. You're feeling so good.
That's my inner voice right there. You've been doing so good. Look at all the progress you've made. Oh, you're doing fantastic. My phone ringing? My phone just made a noise that I don't like. This thing's listening to me, man. But that's it. I get inside my head. Look at all the progress. Look at all the time you're putting in. Look how hard you're working. Everyone sees how hard you're working. You can get away with a little break. You can take a little break, a little meal here, and 4 days later eating like shit, and here you are again.
You've been so good. Just when you're about to say, I'm right, aren't I? Get out your notes, read them all, and remind yourself about the consequences. Remind yourself about the regret, how you're going to feel 10 minutes later, 1 hour later, the next day. Remind yourself how it feels in totality, so you're not focused on just anticipating that food touching your tongue. Because that's it. That's all it is. And it's important to remember that this isn't punishment. You're not beating yourself up. You're protecting yourself from short-term emotions and your emotions being hijacked. Also, remember this. The sabotage doesn't come from one bad decision. It comes from what flows from that bad decision.
Yeah.
Whether you're thinking about having that cheat or you've just had one and you want to avoid the spiral, keep the cost visible. Keep the notes close. And when the voice inevitably shows up, you'll be in a much stronger position to shut it down. And to discover how we got so sick in the first place, check out this video next.
Thank you, Mr. Mac. Is that... Because I was trying to figure out why moccasins and slippers feel better on my knees, and it's because you walk as if barefoot with more natural gait and knee angle. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. 3-way bunkhouse your way. My goodness, what a name. Get banned, moron. Get banned, shitbrick. Oh, here's what I want.
Do you need carbs to be healthy? Short answer, absolutely not. Humans have been apex predators for over 2 million years, and during much of that time, we were in the Arctic Circle during
Anthony Chaffee talking about carbs.
the ice ages. Not much fresh quinoa and grains up there, and certainly no honey.
Get banned,
So for thousands of generations,
you got to be polite about it, no matter what kind of words you use. I'm going to respectfully ask you to fuck off, sir.
in human history, we have been hyper carnivores without any access to carbohydrates. So even if people would want to use them, they wouldn't have even had
my next
access to them.
purchase.
Just
My next purchase for streaming setup and stuff like that is some wireless earbuds. I don't want my old headphones back because they're very annoying, and I swear it's thinning my hair out on top wearing this clunky thing. Oh my god, I swear this headset, like, just scraping on the top of my head is thinning my hair out. I haven't worn it in like a week and my hair is already more thick and luscious. So thick and so luscious.
About what people were eating when they were walking from Asia to North America over the ice bridge during the last ice age, 1,500 miles north of what is now Seattle, when Seattle at the time was under a mile-high block of ice. If carbohydrates were essential for health and for life, we would not have survived during those conditions, and no one would have made it to North America, or survived during the ice ages or in the Arctic Circle today. So in spite of tens of millions of people around the world right now doing ketogenic carnivore diets, and entire civilizations of humans alive today and historically and prehistorically who have never eaten carbohydrates without any health issues, there are still people that try to say that without carbohydrates, you're going to get into a stress state, you're going to jack up your cortisol and cause harm to your body, and you might damage your thyroid and cause other issues. This is strictly against the literature and the long-term randomized controlled trials in humans on ketogenic diets for 2 years plus show absolutely no damage to thyroid or elevated cortisol or any other dysfunction of the hormonal physiology. And what do such bodies as the National Academy of Science and the Institute
I want to finish that one from
medicine have to say about this? Well, they say point blank that you don't need any carbohydrates in order to not only survive, but thrive. They point out that in large populations that have never eaten carbohydrates, as long as they got adequate protein and fat, that this had no negative effects on their health or longevity. So this is a well-studied and well-known phenomenon that being in a ketogenic state is actually healthy. It's not harmful. There are thousands of randomized controlled trials in humans showing the specific health benefits of a ketogenic approach, even when compared to a high-carb, low-fat diet, a well-designed Mediterranean diet,
true.
a DASH diet.
I think that's a large part of it, but I've noticed even on the amount of time I had in, it was still looking a little thin and wispy up there. And as soon as I stopped using this headset, I think the headset's really loose, so it constantly slides back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think it was just wearing my hair down. I just like earbuds better. I can wear a hat. I don't have to worry about anything. I've been wearing a big bulky headset like that for so many years. I just want to get rid of it.
Ketogenic diet beats these diets again and again for specific medical outcomes, such as treatment of diabetes, treatment of weight loss, treatment of Parkinson's, treatment of Alzheimer's, treatment of polycystic ovarian syndrome, treatment of kidney disease, and the list goes on. Again, there are literally thousands of randomized controlled trials in humans showing the benefits of ketogenic diets like a carnivore diet. The added benefit of a carnivore diet or a plant-free ketogenic diet is that you're also removing all the other plants that have plant toxins that can also cause some harm as well, especially for people with autoimmune.
Some nice celery and lime juice. Good heavens. I should start using some tallow in there, though.
Because these plant toxins can actually trigger autoimmune flare-ups. Recently, you'll hear influencers talking about how stressful it is on the body to make its own glucose. It's not stressful at all. Again, this is our natural, normal metabolic state. This is the natural metabolic
money. Money is the
state
answer.
of humans going back millions of years.
Money.
It's a natural metabolic state of nearly every animal on Earth. 70% of animal species are carnivores. They eat protein and fat, and so they run on that fat. That's what a ketogenic state is. Then herbivores, who largely eat fibrous plants, and that's most herbivores, don't actually break down that cellulose into the glucose molecules it's made out of because they can't make cellulase. No vertebrate animal is able to make cellulase. It's the microorganisms in their gut that break down the cellulase, consume the glucose, and as a byproduct, release saturated fat. Then those bacteria and microorganisms die off and they're absorbed as protein and other nutrients. So while a gorilla just eats green leaves, 70% of what they absorb is saturated fat, 30% from protein, very little from carbohydrates. Cows can get nearly 80% of their calories from fat and 20% from protein. So again, they're running on fat, not carbohydrates. So if we were supposed to run on carbohydrates primarily, we would be one of the few animals on Earth that does so. These people try to talk about biochemical pathways, and when you listen to them, it's very clear that they've never taken biochemistry. They talk about how gluconeogenesis converts protein into glucose, and this requires cortisol, and this could elevate cortisol. First of all, cortisol is important. It's vital for life. You die without it. Look up Addison's disease. That's an absence of cortisol. It's very dangerous, and people get very sick. But also, just because we use cortisol does not...
So since I shouted out a carnivore channel in my latest long form video, I wonder if I do that once a week, how many weeks could I do that without having repeats? Long time. There's a lot of carnivore channels out there. There's a lot of carnivore channels out there, man. There really, really is. There definitely is.
Not mean that we're in a stress state or that cortisol is supraphysiological, meaning above what our body naturally wants. But most importantly,
I would always, if you're going to put out a long form video where you're like reviewing other people's channels and stuff, always make sure you shout them out. Always make sure you shout them out. That way they won't strike you. Because some people, you never know. All they can say is you're using your content, they can try and strike you for it. So as long as you're shouting people out, you're generally pretty safe on it. You're generally pretty safe. I always try, when I'm reacting on stream, I always try to say the name of the channel. I always try to throw the likes down there.
The protein pathway
I should be putting them in the
is really one of the last
too,
pathways that your body goes down in order to generate energy. The predominant energy when you're in ketosis is actually from fat. It's ketones. So you take that fat in the form of a triglyceride where it has a glycerol backbone and 3 fatty acid chains.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of carnivore channels.
Your liver, glycerol backbone breaks off.
I don't even consider myself... Like, I'm doing carnivore, and I will spread the good word of carnivore. I don't even really consider myself a carnivore channel, though. I will tout the benefits of it all day, but I'm not purely a carnivore-focused channel. I think I'm a little more diverse than that. I'm more primarily just showing how I'm losing the weight, and the diet's a part of that, but...
And the glycerol
there's a lot of carnivore
glucose.
channels.
So this is happening naturally and automatically in order to
Which is
generate
good. The word's going to spread. The word is going to spread. More people are going to do it.
Because some of your cells do still use glucose. Generally ones without mitochondria, like your red blood cells, because you need mitochondria to burn ketones. So this is called the glycerol pathway. And this is the primary pathway of energy generation and gluconeogenesis when in a ketogenic state. Until and unless you run out of all of your fat stores, you will not start cutting into your protein and your muscles to go down gluconeogenesis, to make glucose. Muscle and protein are too important of a resource to just waste turning into glucose. It also has an energy demand and can release ammonia. And if this isn't converted into urea properly, it can build up and cause protein poisoning when you're getting an overabundance of protein that can harm you. This is usually seen when people are eating very high protein diets with very little fat and very little carbohydrates. And right now there's a rash of people going around saying you have to do a low-fat carnivore diet because deers are lean, even though they actually have a lot of fat in their abdomen and under their skin and around their organs. So when you go very lean carnivore, you can actually get protein poisoning.
That's what I was doing at first. I was super lean carnivore at first. Super lean. I was doing shrimp, cod, tuna. There's not a piece of fat on those things. It doesn't even exist. Like, cod has no fat. Shrimp has 0 fat. I cannot wait to eat about 80 shrimp smothered in butter and garlic, though, the minute I'm back on carnivore.
You get very sick. You can feel awful. You have terrible energy. Your hair can fall out, and you can get other health issues as well. Some people have actually died from this historically, but that's pretty rare. So the glycerol pathway of gluconeogenesis is actually the primary pathway of gluconeogenesis, and it also does not require cortisol. While cortisol can elevate this process, it is not required to run this process. Then you might see some people saying that you need epinephrine or adrenaline to trigger lipolysis, and this is a stress hormone. No, it's not. It's just a hormone, and it's used for different hormonal functions. But they say this proves this is a stress state. Well, no, it doesn't. And in fact,
it's funny that you say it. I read it in my mind that way as well.
Is glucagon. Glucagon is the anti-insulin. It sort of does a lot of the opposite things to insulin. And this will cause you to burn fat and to elevate your blood sugar through gluconeogenesis, through the glycerol pathway. When we have patients that come into the hospital who are in a coma because of hypoglycemia, low blood sugar, we don't give them an injection of cortisol. We don't give them an injection of epinephrine or adrenaline. We give them an injection of glucagon because that is what drives lipolysis and gluconeogenesis. But you don't have to take my word for it. This is in biochemistry textbooks. This is in the current literature on long-term ketogenic diets. This does not cause harm. This is not a stress state. It is not harmful for you. In fact, when people have something called Cushing's disease, which is really elevated cortisol so that they get all sorts of bad health issues, their body changes dramatically. They get very round trunk. They can get thickening.
Yeah, I don't know why. It keeps resetting every time I do it. It doesn't matter in the long run eventually because I'm going to have to get rid of it. The on-screen overlay is basically going to become Twitch only because it's against Twitch terms of service. If you're streaming on Twitch, you cannot have a live feed from other streams. You can't have Kick, you can't have YouTube, you can't have any of it. Unfortunately. So, sadly, I am going to have to get rid of that overlay here pretty quick. Like I said, this is like my third stream on Twitch. I don't have a single viewer on Twitch. So I'm not worried about it yet, but once you're getting close to getting monetized and stuff, they do really start looking at stuff like that. Yeah. As soon as you're getting close to being monetized or being partnered or affiliate or any of that stuff, they do look at that stuff big time.
Round like the moon, and their arms lose a whole bunch of muscle mass and get very, very skinny. And they get very sick as well. This is to do with a tumor in the pituitary gland, but there are other causes of hypercortisolemia, meaning very high levels of cortisol to the point that it causes harm from super physiological levels of cortisol. So, fun fact, in the hospitals, we actually use now, in modern medicine,
that's like when you go see Asmongold, like that entire feed on Asmongold stream, that is only Twitch. Granted, he's got 60, 70,000 people watching him, so the chat's moving a mile a minute, but that's only the Twitch feed. His Kick, he doesn't have anything for Kick on screen. Because
ketogenic diets to ameliorate the negative effects of cortisol, basically make those bad effects not as bad. So if a ketogenic diet made...
Twitch also has weird rules about bandwidths and your kilobyte, how many kilobytes you're streaming at and stuff. You can only be like 6,000 on Twitch, even though YouTube and stuff can handle up to like 15,000. You're literally locked in at 6,000 on Twitch. You got to like match to the other ones. Yeah, he has them separate. Yep.
High cortisol worse. That would be a really, really bad idea to do when someone has Cushing's. And yet that
was the one thing I did like about just doing YouTube and Kick is you can combine those on both sides of the equation. It's fine. 6,000 bit rate is only 10 bit. Yeah. That's what you're locked at on Twitch. You're locked on Twitch on that, so you're basically locked on your other platforms. You're multiing to it 6,000 as well, which I don't give a shit. 1080p is fine for me. I'm not worried about crazy video quality. If I was streaming way more video games and stuff, then I'd probably care a little bit. But for what I'm doing,
that
1080p
is part of the treatment
completely
profile
fine.
for Cushing's disease. So can you eat carbohydrates?
Really, the only annoying thing about Twitch is I can't have the full
certainly don't
channel.
have to. And I would argue that it's not a great idea. 4K. High blood sugar causes glycation.
I'm already putting enough work onto this PC as is. I mean, dude, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 11 tabs open, 3 chat windows, OBS, voice mod. Oh my god, Alika Frame's running in the background. I got Caster Labs, which is running the multi-chat. I got Sound Record on. I got DaVinci Resolve running in the background. That's probably not helping the cause a whole lot. Damn, I had a lot of background stuff running right there. I got a lot of shit open.
Fuses to other molecules and permanently damages them. We measure this with HbA1c, which is an advanced glycation end product of glucose with hemoglobin, AGE, literally ages you. So those glucose molecules can glycate the insides of your arteries. They can cause damage to the arteries. They can cause atherosclerosis and heart disease. The number one risk factor for heart disease is diabetes. That damage to the blood vessel can
I have my stream tabs open, so these are the things I reviewed on stream. How much RAM am I working with? 32, I think. 32? Pretty sure 32. I think. I think, like I said, I don't know my PC specs. I know I got a 3070 Ti. That's about the only thing I know on. I couldn't tell you anything about the motherboard, the CPU, the power supply, how much RAM I have. I'm pretty sure I got 32 gigs of RAM. I think. Yeah.
Blood supply to multiple organs. And as such, you can get multi-organ failure. The number one cause of kidney failure is diabetes, high blood sugar. The number one cause of adult onset blindness is high blood sugar, diabetes. The number one cause of getting your leg
I haven't checked my sugar in
is
a
high
couple
blood
days.
sugar,
I should really get on
diabetes,
top of
because
that.
it
I haven't been
damages
logging
the
my
blood
stats
supply to
very
your
good here
organs
the
and
last little
tissues.
bit.
Fructose is even worse. It has
My meal logging has been going absolutely phenomenally, but my stat logging, my pulse ox, my blood pressure, my sugar, my pain levels, I have not done that in probably a week. It has been a minute.
6 or 7 times the glycation effects as glucose, so this is even worse. So people saying that eating sugar and honey is a great idea really hasn't thought that through. So in order to protect your body from that high blood sugar and glycation, that glycation can affect other tissue in the body as well. We even see in damaged arthritic joints, when we remove that damaged cartilage, that it's actually full of these AGEs, the advanced glycation end products from high blood sugar. And it doesn't matter if your blood sugar is down an hour and a half after your meal, because it was up before, and that area under the curve is causing damage. We even see this removing damaged discs from degenerative spines, and we see a lot of this glycation damage there as well. So in order to protect the body from glycation, the body elevates insulin. Insulin is a very important hormone. It doesn't just drive energy into cells. It's also an anabolic steroid. It tells tissues to grow, mostly your fat, muscle as well, but also your prostate, your skin tags, rectal polyps, uterine fibroids, and even the smooth muscle layer in your arteries that will grow and contract so that your arteries can't relax, and this causes high blood pressure. That insulin also pulls in too much sodium from your urine, and that can actually raise your blood pressure.
You and me both,
again.
Steve.
Insulin
You and me
blocks
both, man.
estrogen production in women, lowers the
I'm telling you,
LH
it's so
receptors
easy because since
in
I don't
men's
have butter
testes.
and stuff, it's really hard for me to hit the fat to protein ratio I want. That 73-27 does it. Reduce and possibly go away. I used to have a couple of them. They just kind of went away over time on their own, but yeah. I've heard a lot of people say that they clear up. I've heard a lot of people say that they clear up naturally on carnivores. So hoping they do for you. Definitely hoping they do for you.
Lowering testosterone production for the same signal, and blocks the production and action of growth hormone in both men and women, causing premature aging, because growth hormone is very important for tissue healing, building, and repairing, and also for fat loss. So any way you look at it, eating a ketogenic diet like a carnivore diet without carbohydrates is not a health concern at all. And in fact, in many cases, is a huge health benefit and boost. Again, thousands of randomized controlled trials in humans showing that ketogenic diets improve specific medical outcomes. Carnivore diet is a ketogenic diet. And this makes sense because humans have been carnivores for 2 million years. And again, in certain areas, like in the Arctic Circle, especially during the ice ages, there were no plants available whatsoever. And we were eating very high fat animals like mammoths, whales, seals, bears, and so on. Some people, when they're doing carnivore, maybe they're not doing 100% meat and water. Maybe they're using a lot of dairy, which is very trendy right now with all these recipes that use dairy. Well, dairy has casomorphins. It can even have carbohydrates, but those casomorphins will trigger fat deposition and increased hunger signals, so you can gain weight, and many people do. They can also add in artificial sweeteners because, well, it's still ketogenic, isn't it? And we have these keto treats and keto snacks. And people will, again, gain weight, and their health can suffer. Then you have this strange trend, which I've done videos about, where people are recommending you do a low-fat carnivore diet for fat loss. And what happens? Yes, they'll lose fat at first because they're getting protein poisoning. And one of the symptoms of protein poisoning is rapid weight loss, because you are literally dying.
That's pretty much
People's
what
health
these
can
things
suffer,
feel like.
their energy goes down, and their hair falls out. And they can have a lot of other health issues as well. So then people say, well, this must be because you're in ketosis for too long and your body is shutting down because of this stress state. Then you add in back carbohydrates, and sure enough, you feel better because you're not in protein poisoning anymore. So you think that must have been ketosis. The same thing would have happened if you just added in fat. And as I've been advocating for many years, it's a high-fat carnivore diet is very important. 70 to 80% calories from fat is typically what people need. And then people will point to these examples saying that, look, this can happen as a consequence of being in ketosis, ignoring the tens of millions of people who are thriving.
This is a
on ketogenic
really
diets
good
like the
video. This is a really good video. It's Anthony Chaffee. If you guys can't see him here, I'm sure you guys all know him, but Anthony Chaffee, fantastic carnivore guy. Fantastic carnivore. Rugby athlete turned MD turned carnivore. Hell yeah. You know, we started this one yesterday. I want
On
to
the
check this
carnivore
one out.
diet.
We're only going to
It
go for
changed
another
me.
hour today. I got to get 2 videos out tonight. I got to get 2 videos out tonight, and I'm not going to have much time to do stuff tomorrow. Wifey, my beautiful wife, is home tomorrow after 6 days. I cannot wait to see her. I cannot wait to spend some time with her. I'm literally going to tackle her. I'm going to tackle this shit out here. Let me finish these reps, and I don't think we're going to get any Red Dead in today. Every time we start Red Dead, it's at least an hour to do like a single quest, so. Videos out of the morning for boredom? Yeah, I hear you. I don't have anything out today. Here is my fun problem. So I have a cell phone charger plugged in under my master bed, and that's my main charge. My phone's brand new. I charge it once a day, and it's good for 2 days usually. So last night it needed to get charged. I plugged it in, said it was charging, everything's fantastic. Well, my phone didn't charge overnight. Said, shit. I woke up, it's at 5%, so I said, okay, well, I'll just charge it in the truck on the way to the gym. Out of the 3 different chargers I have in my truck, I have like 6 USB plugins in my truck. I have 3 different chargers. The first one didn't charge it. The second one, I was plugged in for half the drive. Took it from like 3% to like 5%. I said, okay. Ford has a built-in 110 volt, like actual house plug. I have a house plug in my dashboard. So I took an actual Samsung speed charger, plugged it into the 110 outlet in my truck. It took it from like 5% to 6% in like 10 minutes of driving. I said, dude, what the fuck? I meant to do shit at the gym today. I meant to make a video at the gym this morning, getting to the gym, and I couldn't do it because my phone was dead the whole goddamn time and I couldn't get it charged. I feel like I'm living in the goddamn Stone Age. I went 6 hours without a phone this morning. 2013, mine's in 2019. 2019. I bought that one brand new in 2019. It's my baby. That thing is my baby. I bought it in 2019 and then I got laid off and I haven't worked since. So that truck is a 2019 and it's only got like 20,000 miles. That thing's not even broken in yet. I think I just hit, it's coming up on, it's only coming up on like its 4th oil change right now. I think I had like 9 miles on it when I bought it. Ooh, it's the twin turbo. It's the twin turbo 3.6. It's got the 10-speed automatic. I fucking love it. The thing is my absolute baby. She is my baby, and it's almost paid off, too. It's almost paid off. So close to being paid off. I'm going to finish these. We'll watch some Bella. You're sharing your story with the world, and that's better than money. I hear you. I would sure love some money to go with it. I'm going to keep doing it no matter what, but I will not complain if a whole bunch of money comes from it, too. I will not complain in the slightest. Oh. Basically, if I can take on Instagram what I have now and do it 2 more times, I should be able. It is. It's also necessary for every facet of life. I wish I didn't have to deal with it, but man, and dude, I'm not trying to get rich off this shit, but if I could get like a livable income off it, I mean, shit, even if I could take home like, you know, extra $500-600 a month or something, I think that would be fantastic. Oh, if you say so. I do, sadly, I do. Oh. All right, that is enough of that little rip bob.
My health, my energy, and the way that I understand food. I thought I had it dialed in, but the truth is,
how long has she been going? She's on like 7 or 8 years
in one
of carnivore,
season
right?
doesn't always work forever. As my body changed, so did its needs, and eventually, the way I ate had to change with it. And just as I was starting to feel that shift, a new study stopped me in my tracks. One that forced me to rethink everything I believed about how carnivore should actually be done. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how my approach to carnivore evolved in 3 major ways, and the insight from it that changed how I eat today. Before we get started, I want to invite you into what is hands down the most exciting time of the entire year to go carnivore. We've now kicked off 2026 and World Carnivore Month, and there is truly no better moment to start or restart your health journey with my community, the Steak and Butter Gang.
A lot of fucking people into carnivore. I think it's going to be really successful. Inflammation in her face with a side-by-side photo. Oh, yeah, absolutely. She shows her face a lot because she had like really bad acne and stuff that completely cleared up too. I've seen a lot of side-by-sides of her face. It's like night and day. Absolute night and day, man.
I created the Steak and Butter Gang in 2020 simply because I wanted
I'm
connection,
I'm
to
starting
have
see my
friends in a
face take
place
shape
where
a
I didn't
little bit,
feel like
man.
such an
I have a
outcast
neck
for
again.
how
Look at this
I
shit.
was eating and living.
I
Fast
actually
forward
have a
6 years,
neck.
and
It's
it's
not
grown
just,
into
dude,
a
my chin
community
used
that's
to go from
helped
here
thousands of
straight
people
down to here.
lose fat, heal their
Here
hormones,
to here.
and
That was
finally
just pure
feel
neck.
supported. I'm going to show off just a few of our member before and after photos. We have literally thousands of testimonials in there now because members are healing and feeling so good, on track with their weight loss goals, and held accountable by over 20,000 members. The coaches in the Steak and Butter Gang are some of my favorite people on earth and have become like family to me and our members. Not only are they so very experienced in all aspects of carnivore healing and troubleshooting, but they have also walked this path themselves. Along with our $2,000 in transformation cash prizes and weekly giveaways, you'll also have access to live Zoom calls almost every single day, where you can hop on Zoom, ask questions, get real-time support, and feel genuinely guided by my team of experienced carnivore coaches. We also have doctors visiting every single week to answer questions like Dr. Elizabeth Bright, Dr. Anthony Chafee, Dr. Sean Baker, Dr. Tony Hampton, Dr. Robert Kiltz, and so many more. Members also get exclusive access to over 20 hours of content filmed and created by Dr. Sean Baker himself. So you don't have to do any of this alone anymore. We'll be right there with you every step of the way. This really is the missing link that I feel like most carnivores need in order to succeed, get fat adapted, and actually get results that last. So if you want to join the 90-day challenge that has been transforming lives since 2020 during the most exciting time of the year, just head to the URL shown on the screen, sbgmeetup.com, or click the link down below in the description box for a clickable link. We truly cannot wait to welcome you in and celebrate you. So now let's talk about the study that changed everything, because it challenges one of our most deeply held assumptions. The study set out to answer a deceptively simple question: how much protein do we actually need? Most people think of protein as something you eat to build muscle, but protein is far more than that. It is the raw material of the human body, your organs, your skin, your enzymes, your hormones. Every cell that keeps you alive is built from protein. The problem is, there's no clean way to measure how much protein the body needs just to function optimally day to day. You cannot draw blood and get a number that tells you this is enough. So researchers use the next best thing: long-term muscle growth. And the logic is straightforward. The body will never build new muscle until its most basic needs are met first. Survival always comes before strength. If protein intake is too low, the body diverts every gram towards essential functions, leaving nothing left over for muscle. So by observing when muscle growth slows and when it plateaus, we can see both the minimum and maximum of useful protein intake. Now, this study is a meta-analysis, meaning it combined data from 62 long-term studies. While meta-analyses aren't perfect, they
metadata. I don't know why I don't like that word. Metadata. Metadata. It's very sharp. Very sharp. 7 years, yeah, I thought it was roughly around there, somewhere between 7 and 8. Good call, Benny Bob, good call.
Provide some of the strongest evidence we have because of the sheer amount of data involved. What they found was surprising. Across nearly all studies, increasing total protein intake had very little effect on muscle growth, once a relatively modest threshold was met. I've had so much energy that I started doing something I never really imagined myself.
I don't give two shits about muscle gain, I just want to maintain. Let me maintain. Steven, that might be the worst question I've ever been asked. Shame on you for that question. I don't like any part of that. That sentence is, in fact, the worst thing I've ever heard. Oh, shit, dude. Metadata or moist? If I have to pick one of the two, I'll stick with metadata. Man, make me pause the whole video for that one.
Ever doing working out. And if you knew me growing up, you know this wasn't exactly my
I'll stick
personality.
with metadata over moist. Most moist.
I was a music kid. Piano school, quiet focus, absolutely no sports, no sweating, just sitting at a piano for hours a day studying the art of piano playing. Before carnivore, I felt so awful that the idea of exercise felt impossible. I didn't have the energy for it. In fact, because I tried going on a vegan diet for 6 years.
Yeah. These are the ones I was talking about where she shows off the acne she was dealing with. Crazy. Crazy as night and day. Night and day. Just the word moist. Just the word moist itself.
Years just to heal
It's a
my
bad
skin
word.
issues and my
It's a
brain
bad
fog
word.
and bloat, my energy tanked even more as a result. And I ended up even more broken in my health and needing even more healing by the time I'd stumbled across the carnivore diet. So working out, moving my body, physical activity was the least of my concerns. For the first
your
5
cheeks, like,
years
right
of my
here,
carnivore
man.
journey,
Right there,
I
you
was
can
just
see it. It's
healing,
like from
recovering,
that
and
down to
resting.
that.
But one day I realized I actually feel so good now.
She got some luscious hair on her too, man.
So healed. My metabolism is so fired up. My hormones are so happy that I have the energy to want to move more. And because I started working out a lot more in the past year and a half, I quickly found out that I was focusing way too much on just trying to eat enough protein. And here's where noise can really get in the way. Ever since I started working out, I have been consuming more workout content, especially more fitness content that has just been popping up on my For You page. And the overlying theme with all of these videos is you're not eating enough protein. You have to eat more protein. And because of this noise, I ended up forgetting to keep my fat intake high enough. This actually led to me eating closer to a 1-to-1 fat to protein ratio. And I ended up feeling more tired than usual. So after reading this, here's what I actually did. I lowered my protein intake from roughly 200
For women, carnivore is amazing for hormonal balancing and makes these ladies absolutely beautiful, and Bella isn't the only one. I hope Inanno isn't watching me put my foot in my mouth. No. She's not watching. She's sleeping right now. She's working She's working graveyard shift right now, so she's 100% passed out right now. She probably won't be in mini streams for a while because she's on third shift. She is sleeping the entirety of the time I'm streaming now. She's going to be passed right out. I am very excited. What you're saying, Steven, I think is very, very true, and I am very, very excited to get my wife on carnivore. I think she's absolutely ravishing as is right now, but I'm very excited to get her going on the diet and see where she ends up. I truly, truly am. I cannot wait to see where she's going to end up.
to 300 grams of protein per day, down to about 120 to 150 grams maximum. And I did not do it by eating less food. I did it by changing what that food was made of. That meant pulling back on the leaner, protein-heavy staples I had relied on for years. Chicken wings, chicken thighs, and even ground beef started taking up less space on my plate. And in their place, I deliberately added more fat-dense foods. I leaned hard into my favorite raw dairy, raw cottage cheese, raw cream, and raw butter, using them not as extras, but as core energy sources. Meals that used to center around protein now had fat doing the heavy lifting. For reference, I weigh about 125 pounds. There's nothing inherently
one of my legs, one, not both, one of my legs weighs what she weighs. A single one of my legs weighs what she weighs right now.
wrong with higher protein. But on carnivore, fat is the primary energy source once our carbs are removed. The body is far more efficient at using fat for fuel than protein. Fats are also critical for hormone production. Testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, DHEA, and even vitamin D are all derived from cholesterol and fatty acids. Without enough dietary fat, the body lacks the raw materials to properly regulate hormones. Once I increased my fat intake and decreased my protein proportionally, and again, I am not under eating here. When I first started carnivore, about my first 3 to 4 years, I was eating so much of both protein and fat. Only now, 7 years in, do I feel truly healed and ready to play around with my fat to protein ratios. And this is what happened. My mood stabilized even more. My energy felt much more consistent, especially when I started my day with a fatty carnivore breakfast. My sleep quality increased, and even my libido noticeably improved, something my husband certainly does not mind. I also noticed something similar with my brain and my mental state.
I've 100% noticed that. I've 100% noticed that. Sex drive for me through the roof. I can't keep my hands off my wife. Since I've started carnivore, man, I feel like I'm 18 again. I literally feel like I'm 18 again. Coach reports that women who went through the change that go on carnivore have been known to suddenly become pregnant. No shit, man. That's where I'm at. Wifey wants a baby, man. I'd love a baby too, so. Like I said, I think the ball's in her court right now. The ball is absolutely in her court. I did get my testosterone results back. I think I talked about this yesterday. I did get my testosterone. Testosterone results back, and I'm in the normal spectrum, but very low in the normal spectrum. So hopefully we're going to get some change there.
Extra high fat and tapering my super high protein intake. I felt calmer and much less prone to many bouts of anxiety, mental fatigue, all things that are normal in day-to-day life, especially when you are constantly filming content, editing, doing meetings like I do. I wasn't chasing focus or forcing energy, it was just there. I've also noticed several major changes physiologically. I am much less hungry throughout the day, even when doing my 6 a.m. at-home workouts. My energy after meals is higher, far.
See, it's the weirdest thing. Like, I get up and I'm not motivated to work out at home. Like, doing my home workouts, I'm more motivated in the afternoon or earlier on. But gym, I absolutely motivated for the gym every single morning. Every single morning when I get up. What do you guys think? We should do some push-ups again? Should I do some push-ups again on stream?
More stable throughout the day, and I don't have the mini dips and fluctuations throughout the day. It just feels like a very stable, comfortable, clean energy that lasts all day. A close friend of mine, Max German, actually experimented with this as well. He dropped his protein to
I've been having a great day. Gym was fantastic this morning. Sauna was fantastic this morning. You said you would, then you should. Yeah, you're right, you're right. We'll do another set of push-ups here. Let's finish this video. We'll do some push-ups. And I'm only going until 3 o'clock today. I got to work on videos. Work on videos, do some editing. I got long-form stuff to work on. I'm not going to have much tomorrow. I probably should be getting 4 videos done tonight so I can just have stuff for tomorrow and not have to worry about it. Start feeling maybe some resistance training. Yeah, I'm gonna do some resistance stuff. We'll do 5 push-ups. We'll do 5 push-ups consecutive on stream real quick, just because I like knowing that I can do it. If I feel pain or resistance or something else going wrong, I'll definitely just tap out. But we're gonna go for 5 quick. And I don't have any resistance bands here. All my resistance stuff is at the gym. All the bands and stuff are at the gym. You'll do 5 with me? Hell yeah. Let's finish this video. We'll knock out 5
push-ups. And increased his fat to roughly 400 grams. And guess what happened? In just 2 weeks, his total testosterone nearly doubled. His free testosterone also nearly doubled. And despite eating more calories, his body weight stayed stable and even decreased, suggesting a higher metabolic rate. And if you're already eating high fat, that might mean pushing the fat to protein ratio a bit further than you thought.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. Everything she's talking about right now is what I'm trying to do. I had a good workout this morning and pulled a Sam Sulek by drinking chocolate milk. The chalky milk! The chalky milk! Oh, yeah. I was always a sucker for chocolate milk. Again, I was more of a savory and carb guy is how I gained all my weight. But when I went to sweets, man, chocolate milk was always a staple. Chalky milk was always a staple. I have noticed that with Sulek, too, when I watch his videos. He's big on the chalky milks. Push against it and get back up with you. Dude, that's something, Benny. That's something, man. Up and down. I'm telling you, me getting off the floor is actually harder than the push-ups themselves. What is this savory that you speak of? Oh, God. Pizza, carbs, fried, oil fried, deep fried, just, all that stuff. That was what I was a sucker for. Pizza, deep fried cheese curds, fried chicken wings, pasta. Pasta was always a big one for me. Breaded, oh yeah. Bread, wheat, all that fun stuff.
Larger role in energy.
I was never big on candy or chocolate or any of that stuff. I was partial to ice cream. I'd have ice cream at least once or twice a week. But for me, it was pure carbs, breaded oil, just fried goodness. That was what got me fat.
Metabolism, and overall well-being. And here are my best general guidelines if you would like to.
I will say, however, I was a massive fan of the Reese's Fast Break. That Fast Break candy bar, God damn, those things used
start
to
experimenting.
When I was out and about driving around, I'd always snag
2 grams of protein per kilogram of your lean body weight, roughly 0.9 grams per pound, and then eat animal fats to satiety. At a minimum, fat intake should match protein intake by grams.
Betty, you and me are like the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. We are definitely opposite ends of the spectrum.
Better with even higher fat ratios. I am one of them. But obviously, individual needs will vary person to person. For me, though, based on this study alone and my personal results, I am sticking with a higher fat, a very intentional higher fat, lower protein carnivore approach. Before we wrap this up.
But see, the thing is, and here's what I'm running into right now, is my only recourse is to mega add tallow, which no matter how much I add, only so much is going to stay with the meat. Or the 7327 is where I'm getting my higher fat from right now. Because pretty much everything she's pitching right now, she showed. It's butter, It's cottage cheese. That's where she's getting all of her fat from. That's where she's getting this huge, huge ratio from. And without access to cottage cheese and butter, it's incredibly hard for me to get there. Incredibly hard for me to hit a ratio like she's hitting right now. But that being said, in 54 days, it's going to be a lot easier.
I want to share something that might surprise a lot of you, especially those who've been following me for a very long time. If you'd asked me a few years ago whether I'd ever make the 3 changes I'm going to share with you now, I probably would have said, I don't think so. But that's the thing about healing. As your body changes,
my
your
knees
needs
clean
change.
when I get done
And
with stream,
pretending
too.
otherwise does not make you disciplined. It makes you rigid. I'm hoping it inspires you, because carnivore does
someone
not
walking
have to
around
trap
upstairs.
you in a single
I've got
version
ghosts.
forever. It certainly does not have to be a box. And the first change is probably going to
I swear I got ghosts in this house. My dog last night, we were laying on the couch and his fur stood right up. He like looked up into the corner of the wall behind me and just started going, grrr. His fur was standing straight up. I'm like, the ghost messing with you? The ghost messing with you, dude? Like, I hope they're messing with you and not with me. Please record it and send it to Bill. Or you don't even have to send it to me. You can just slap it right in the Discord. I can make an exercise channel. Why don't we all just put our own footage right in the Discord? That way I don't even have to process it. We could just, we'll make it right now. If Discord wants to load, that is. If Discord wants to load, that is. Here, we will go, boop-a-doop-boo, daily logs. Channel. There we go. There's a new one called Workout Footage. It's right at the bottom of the page. So if you guys want to do any of that along with me or anything else when we're working out in stream, feel free to post your footage there and we can do that. That's my gym. Hell yeah. Talk to me, talk to me.
To surprise you the most. For years, I've talked openly about eating a zero-salt carnivore diet, and I was not exaggerating. For nearly 6 years, I added virtually no salt to my carnivore diet. I didn't put salt on my meals. I tried even the highest quality salts. My body reacted immediately every time. My sleep would suffer, and I would wake up multiple times
Yeah, you and me both, brother.
You
You and me both. The pool kicked my ass this morning. The pool absolutely whooped on me today. Why did I pause at the one spot? There's a dog's asshole staring me right in the face.
Even if
it's still there.
I slept the same number.
Oh, I am way behind on my water intake. I am way behind on water
Salt
intake.
also made me feel so incredibly thirsty, parched, and dry in the throat all the time. In fact, some other long-term carnivores have also deliberately avoided adding salt. Dr. Anthony Chafee has talked openly about this as well. He doesn't add salt because he says he gets what his body needs directly from the meat itself, especially because he eats a lot of his beef rare and lightly cooked, especially those eating enough animal foods. Additional salt can simply be more than their body requires. Some other examples are Amber O'Hearn and Dana Spencer. These two ladies have been carnivore for almost 20 years. They are OGs, veterans of this lifestyle.
I didn't realize how long people have been
still
doing
to this day live a no-salt carnivore lifestyle.
I'm trying to think. The first time I ever even heard about keto or anything along the lines of that was literally only steak tartare. I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to try steak tartare. I've always wanted to. I've very much wanted to. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have been doing carnivore for a while. I think the word's finally starting to spread. The word's definitely finally starting to spread out. But I think even keto, like a keto diet, the first time I heard of keto as a diet, I want to say was maybe like 2017 or something like that. I've had steak tartare, even had horse meat tartare. Oh my God. Yeah, keto goes back to like Atkins and like South Beach, right? Wasn't South Beach kind of a part of that? I think South Beach wasn't keto, but it was very similar, very similar.
So there is no question that a no-salt carnivore diet does work for a small select few people. So because I've been working out...
I remember hearing Adkins. Back in the late aughts. Yeah, Chaffee is a beast, dude. Dude, she does, man. Remember the last video we watched of her? She just had a raw steak with the entire rim of just cold butter. Oh my God. I don't even think I could do that yet.
Consistently sweating regularly, and when you sweat...
I have noticed myself wanting my meat more rare, though, especially my steaks. I've been wanting my steaks more and more rare every time I do them. I think I did my chuck steaks yesterday. They were only like 127, 128. I usually do like low 130s. Say it was diet. Dude, we all still catch hate. I catch hate every day. One of the comments on one of my carnivore videos on Instagram this morning, I woke up and the first comment I read is, "This is so sad. Go eat a balanced diet and track your gut biome." I said, what is sad about getting healthy? What's sad about losing 90 pounds? What's sad about getting off the medications I've got off? Where's the issue? What's wrong with my vital stats being the best they've ever been? All of it's tracked by BIA. All of it's tracked by a weight loss clinic. What's sad about this whole fucking equation to you? Like, these people just don't get it, dude. Chilling. No hate so far. I didn't start getting hate until I had that one video blow up. I have that one video with like 200,000 views and like, oh my God. That's the only one I really get hate on. That's the only one I really get hate on, just because I think there's so many views on it. You're bound to get some angry folks in there. But all my other stuff, all my other videos, man, it's been like nothing but kind words. Nothing but kind words. But that huge
sodium,
one with all the
a lot
views.
of it. And for the
Woo,
first time in
hate.
years, I actually started.
I've had at least 20 people come at me for doing carnivore saying, you need to eat a balanced diet. I'm like, I lost 90 pounds. You're doing it wrong.
Craving salt. I reintroduced small amounts of
you're
salt.
successful and you're getting off of medications and you're losing tons of weight, but you're not doing it right. Like, come on.
Something shocking happened. None of the old symptoms returned. No puffiness.
I thought TikTok was going to be the place. Oh, McCarthy, you always leave super, super kind comments, man. All you guys. You, Benny Bob, Rom, fucking Steven, dude, all you guys are always so nice. Bucky, Bwillian, I don't know if Bwillian's still kicking. Bwillian's always here with the kind words. Bacon Epic when he's around. You guys are like the OGs, man, all you. Lightning Art leaves tons of kind stuff.
In fact, my energy only improved.
Dude, on TikTok, I am followed exclusively by women on TikTok. I think I have like 500 followers on TikTok. I think 450 plus are all women. I don't know how I did it, but the only people that follow me on TikTok are all women. And they made his book more lax than he wrote it, and lied that he died of a heart attack when actually he slipped and fell on the ice. No shit. I didn't know that, Benny. I didn't know a whole lot about Atkins. I remember hearing of the Atkins diet like back in like probably 2009, 2010, somewhere back around then. Maybe earlier than that. I'm starting to get to the point of being old enough that, man, the years really just blur together. They really just
I think this is because
meld
when your body is
together.
healthier, more resilient, and actually using electrolytes instead of reacting to them, the rules start changing. I've also been more intentional about electrolytes, and especially if you're coming into carnivore in 2026 from a standard American or high carb diet, this is definitely something you want to pay close attention
No,
to.
you guys,
If you've
I don't know if you realize how much when you guys leave kind words like that and comments and stuff like that, dude, it truly helps me. That's the first thing I do when I roll in every morning. The first thing I do, I roll over in bed, I pet the puppy real quick, and I pull my phone out and I just start going through comments on all the platforms and stuff. And dude, that's how I start my day. That's how I get my motivation to get up and get on the go. And the days where I don't want to get up, or I have a bunch of pain, or I'm depressed, or I'm miserable, or I didn't sleep enough, I just want to lay there in bed in a pile, dude. I see those comments and I say, fuck this, I'm getting up. I'm going to go move. I'm going to go do shit. We were going to finish this half gallon before
dropped
stream's
carbs
over.
and suddenly felt that
We were
wave
gonna finish
of
this
low
half gallon
energy,
before
the
stream's
headaches,
over.
the brain fog, the muscle cramps. That
What's the
wasn't
channel
just
for the push-ups? It is right here at the bottom. Workout footage. I just made it. You might have to refresh Discord. You might have to refresh Discord for it to show up, but it's workout footage at the bottom.
keto flu. That was also
Oh,
electrolyte
Jesus. You know what? I was just completely blocking that, wasn't I? This one here. Yeah, this one here. Workout footage right at the bottom. Yeah, no, you guys absolutely do, McCarthy. You do. You do. That's the first thing I do. And if I'm having a bad day, dude, and I'm laying there and I don't want to get up and I just want to stay in bed, or if I'm hurting a lot and I just... On the days I have bad days pain-wise with the joints and stuff, I wake up, I take the dog outside, and I go right to the couch and I curl up in a ball on the couch and try to feel bad for myself. But the same thing. I make it to the couch and I might be there for 45 minutes and I pull my phone out and I start reading comments. Be like, I'm so proud of you. Keep going. Keep pushing. Stay strong. All this stuff. And you know what? I need to get up and do shit. I got to get up and do shit. And it does. It fuels the fire. It absolutely fuels the fire in an absolutely positive way. It truly does. Truly, truly does.
balance. You can try adding sardines to every meal
See?
because they're
Nice.
naturally rich in minerals, salting your meals far more heavily than usual with a high quality
Yeah, I think
salt,
I was
and
also
just staying
hiding it
consistent
behind my cam on stream too. I'm pretty sure I was like showing on the mouse. It was like right behind my camera. Did I just hit play and pause again?
hydration. Or if you want a simple quick fix, you can also lean on a high quality electrolyte supplement. This is the one that I recommend for new carnivores. It is made by the brand Element, and I specifically recommend this teal blue colored version labeled.
I reached out to Element when I had like 300 subscribers thinking I was going to get me a sponsorship. I got some free Element out of it though. I got some free Element, so that was
flavored.
cool.
Why?
That was cool.
Because this one has no stevia, no sugar, no additives, no flavor, just the 3 electrolytes.
I really should be doing this one. I got the watermelon and the citrus right now because I love the way they taste. Check my Discord. Checking. Let's go!
All right, time for some push-ups there, Bill.
Let's do it!
Get this stuff out the way.
Let's go.
We're gonna try to do 5.
I believe. Get it. 2, 3, 4.
4?
You got it.
Shit.
5. Let's go.
Yeah, fuck that.
Get it.
Keep going though.
Get it, dude. Awesome, man. Love it. Let me finish this video and I'll match you.
Body needs in the right ratios. Here's what the packets look like. Just
You
rip
made
one
those look
open and
easy.
pour it into any drink of your choice. And if you want to see whether electrolytes like this help you, you all can get a free sample pack with any purchase by going to the URL shown on the screen, drinklmnt.com/SB. GAL. I've also linked it down below. Now, the second
beast
change is
mode.
something I never
Absolute
could have
beast
done
mode.
in the beginning. I had so much autoimmune
I
healing.
wish it wasn't so expensive, dude.
much
They all are. Dude, honestly, at Walmart, I compared the prices, Liquid IV and the other one. Unless we start making our own. 4X is falling off, dude. That's what I love to see, man. Here's this hoodie's a 4X. I'm in a 4X right now. I don't know, 4X. My undershirt, dude, this undershirt is like a dress on me. Like, this thing hangs down past my hips now. It used to be, like, skin tight on me.
resting, replenishing, and repairing to do that I had to be extremely strict. So I'm talking
Extremely
beef, butter,
strict.
eggs. That was it. When I first started
Non-scale,
eating
dude. Non-scale wins are better than scale wins half the time, I think. Truly. I'm going to have measurements out tomorrow. Measurements tomorrow. I'm very, very excited to see my measurements this go around. Very, very
foods
excited.
like seafood.
Dude, I'm telling you, even looking in the camera right now, dude, like my neck. Like, dude, I have a neck again. Look at this, dude. This used to just be a paunch of fat right here. Just hanging off my chin straight down to my chest, dude. I actually have a neck. This is nuts.
Shrimp
I have a neck
would
again.
trigger
I
my
have a
eczema and
neck
psoriasis
again.
flare-ups. Spices and seasonings completely off the table. I would get a runny nose, congestion immediately. The smallest deviation could actually set everything off for me when I first started. So I even avoided eating out whenever I could because I knew that if I ate at restaurants, I would risk having another flare-up. I had to protect my healing, and that strictness absolutely saved my life. But last year, something shifted, especially after a trip
Yeah, dude, you know what, Steven? That's one of my biggest things I wish I had done in retrospect. Is number one, I wish I started my channel when I first started doing the weight loss last May. I waited till August, so June, July. So I was 3 months into my weight loss trip before I started doing the videos. Almost 4 months. I think August 25th was my first video, I think. I wish I had been taking progression pictures every day. I've been taking progression pictures every day for 2026 so far. I'll probably do like once a month I'll put them out. I wish I had progression pictures the whole time, and I wish I had a lot more pictures of me at my maximum weight, which I got some. You want to see some bad ones? Here, I'll show you a couple bad ones here. Let me find them. Yoink. So me at my worst weight, these are really, I don't have many. This was me at my absolute worst. Oh, I can plug this over here and just pull this over. Right. That was me at my absolute worst right there. How do I shrink this down? Yoink. Yoink. That right there is my absolute worst. That there is 562 pounds. My wife is down 9 pounds so far with her keto. She's been capping out 20 carbs a day. It's working awesome. That's 562 right there. Yeah, night and day, dude. Night and day. 562, let's see. This was the last side-by-side I did. Those are the same clothes. Look at that shirt. Look at the shirt and the pants. Those are the exact same clothes. Exact same clothes from May to December last year. So that was a big one there. I mean, seeing that shirt or putting that shirt on and seeing it hang off of me like that, oh my God. That is literally my gut hanging out of a 6X shirt. 6X shirt. My gut is hanging out of it. And there it is. There it is. My gut's up there. That's literally what was hanging out before. That's nuts, right? That's nuts. Let's see. What's another crazy one I got? Here is me lifting up my own gut. That was 562 right there. Look how bad that was. Look how bad that was, man. That wasn't 562. This is probably around 530. This was right around 530 pounds, somewhere around there. 535. I think this was like 535 because this was when I started doing content. This is why I took a whole bunch of pictures there. That one was really bad. This one, that was 562. Look at the chin difference. Look at the chin difference from then till now. That was back then. That was a really, really bad one. I'm going to incorporate all those. I got a long form coming out with all of those here before too long. Mentally and physically. Just getting the weight off of my knees. Oh, my God. I mean, dude, every 10 pounds I lose right now, my knees feel like more and more spring-loaded. More and more spring-loaded. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. There's the big one in the after. Fucking nuts. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Even the pants. Look how baggy the pants are in comparison. Like, sleeves are hanging off. My arms took up the whole sleeves before. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Italy with my husband. You guys probably saw the videos when I was in Italy, having such a great time.
You know, funnily enough, the first 30 down was on a standard weight loss diet. Lean protein, low carb, low fat, low sugar was what the first 30 was with the GLP-1. That's how I got the first 30 off.
Getting to meet Dr. Elizabeth Bright in person for the first time ever as well was so special.
That was her and Elizabeth Bright. If you guys haven't seen that one, that was a really, really good interview. That was a really, really good interview.
Trip, I was reminded that food can also be connection, a special memory, joy with my family, joy with friends, and sometimes
it is. And memories of food is another thing that can lead to a downfall as well. Like, me having such fond memories of food and going out and these big dinners with lavish bad food and stuff, like having good memories on that can be dangerous. It can, thinking back on stuff like that and be, I can go out and have that cheat meal. I can go have that cheat meal.
Literally everything, being nitpicky and so perfectionist and clean to everything I ordered, especially on a vacation, it started to be its own kind of stress. So once I felt fully healed, and I truly believe I am, I began experimenting carefully.
Look how raw she eats that.
Not daily, but intentionally during the right moments. So let's talk spices. Fresh seasonings, light sauces, light spices, light flavors, especially in restaurants. Yep. I let this be that experiment for me. Things
I
that
don't
would have
think she does, McCarthy. I've been watching a lot of her content for a while now. I don't think I've ever seen her talk about doing cheat meals or having cheat meals or do a video on cheat meals. I think she healed her body at such a deep level. I think she's just found the way she eats now, and that's it. She lost a ton of weight. Her face cleared up. She has a lot of before and after pictures. It's wild. It's absolutely wild.
Skin caused me tons of congestion, runny nose, nasal drip, and caused me histamine reactions. Didn't anymore. So I realized my body had finally changed. It wasn't fragile, reactive, and sensitive anymore. It was now very resilient, fully healed, and stronger than ever to be able to have small
dude, she's got... That is feathered and lethal hair right there. That is absolutely feathered and lethal hair. So I'm waiting for mine to get healthy again. I need mine to start looking like that again. Someday. Someday it will.
And seasonings and peppers and flavorings here and there because I focused on a carnivore diet. So I don't fear foods the way I once did. And that really matters because I also come from a history of fearing how much I was allowed to eat. For most of my life, I was terrified of eating too much. I restricted portions. I counted calories. I did everything right and still couldn't lose weight. I remember eating under 1,500 calories a day as a vegan and watching.
I was eating... When I was doing the standard weight loss deal, look at her before. That was a before. Just look at her face. her face and her midriff and stuff, dude, night and day difference. Night and day difference. What was I just saying? Shit, I was about to just say something. I completely forgot.
Actually, watching my body get bigger and puffier. Now, I
still
get
got
closer
brain
to
fog,
3,000 calories a day easily.
Yeah, look at
as
her
a
midriff
carnivore.
there.
And yet
look
I
at
am
the
leaner.
difference in her body there. Like, absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. I can't wait to get my wife on this diet.
Stronger, happier, and more energetic than I've ever been. The third change is that I have really incorporated dairy in a very big way. It probably now makes up 30% of my carnivore diet. Earlier in my journey when I was making content, my first few years of carnivore, I did not have any dairy besides butter. I've also made videos sharing that I've noticed in my community members as well, avoiding dairy early on can help break weight stalls and prevent weight gain. Eating dairy can even sometimes trigger carb cravings. For me, dairy also triggered my autoimmune symptoms initially because my gut lining was compromised, and proteins like casein and residual lactose were enough to provoke an inflammatory response in my psoriasis, eczema, and cystic acne. So what is different now? 7 years into a carnivore diet, again, I truly feel like I have healed everything that I needed to heal. My gut is totally reset, stronger and more resilient than ever. So what's different now is what kind of dairy I use and the intentional eating of raw unpasteurized dairy. I've now reintroduced it specifically in the form of raw fermented dairy to support my metabolism. So things like kefir, cottage cheese, cream, and yes, lots of cheese, lots of butter. This is not pasteurized dairy. Why do I avoid pasteurization to this day? Because pasteurization heats dairy to high temperatures, which denatures proteins, alters fats, and destroys many of the natural enzymes, probiotics, and bacteria that helps us digest it properly. So for me, pasteurized dairy still leads to inflammation, it still leads to skin flare-ups and lower energy. Even unfermented raw dairy, like I mentioned, milk can be problematic because of the high amounts of lactose. But when dairy is both raw and fermented, the bacteria break down much of that lactose and make the proteins far easier to tolerate. As an Asian, I grew up having lactose intolerance. Okay, so a lot of Asians actually are allergic to dairy. My husband is lactose intolerant. I have seen so many cases where carnivores who used to be lactose intolerant, they now eat exclusively raw dairy, lactose intolerance and issues gone. No more allergic reactions, no more indigestion, no more extreme gas. I myself included, when I have raw dairy, lactose intolerance gone. And because my gut lining has finally healed after so many years on a strict carnivore diet, I am now able to tolerate not just a little bit of raw dairy, but a lot of raw dairy. So if you watch any of my videos where I share what I'm eating in a day, what I'm having for breakfast, what I'm having for dinner, you will see about 30 to 40% of my plate is raw dairy, whether it's raw butter, a big chunk of it, or a nice big bowl of raw cottage cheese. Like I said, I am very intentional about keeping my carnivore meals very high fat, and I just have been lowering ever so slightly the protein intake. By the way, I know how difficult it is to find.
So much of Japan is lactose intolerant, it's hard to find real milk. No shit. I didn't know that. I really had no idea about that.
Find raw dairy these days. Don't even think about trying to find a raw milk, raw kefir, or raw cottage cheese in grocery stores. For most of us in the United States, it's illegal to even buy it. Unless you know private raw dairy farms near you, or unless you order from Miller's Bio Farm, which is my exclusive source of raw dairy now because it's so easy to order. They ship to my door, and I have literally a rainbow of variety to choose from for raw dairy option.
Hold on now. I'm going to load that page up there before I new customer. Hell yeah. I'm going to sign up for that as soon as we're done. I'm not going to order anything yet, but we're gonna check that out.
I'll make sure to link Miller's Bio Farm down below. Carnivore diet didn't heal me, so I could stay afraid and strict forever. It healed me.
Yo, Benny, no way, Benny, you got some push-ups? Let's go, Benny, let's go. Let's go, brother. You got it.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen, but at least you can watch me get up.
There you go, dude. There you go, man. So what? You're gonna get there. Progress, dude. Progress. Kudos, Benny. Kudos. Look at that. You even got your little cheerleader right there. You got your biggest cheerleader right there next to you, dude. Awesome. I love this, guys. I absolutely love this.
my
I
life.
love
Your
this.
body
Betty,
is not
let's
meant
go.
to stay frozen in one phase, although for some of us it may feel like an eternity of healing. For some of us, healing will take years. It did for me.
Oh,
But
it's
just
going
know,
to.
if you've
Good stuff,
put
Benny
in the hard work
Bob.
to stay consistent, to do it over and over day after day, eating the right foods to heal your body once and for all, your body will eventually finish the healing stage, move into the strength stage. And if you listen closely, your body will give you signals to tell you that it's now moving on to the next stage. That is probably the most priceless lesson I've learned through my 7 years of eating a high-fat carnivore diet. So if this resonated with you, do let me know in the comments. Are you currently struggling with your current phase of healing? Are you feeling impatient, hopeless, not sure what to do next?
Not
Drop
hopeless.
it down
I do
below
feel
in
like
the
I'm
comments,
stalled
as it
out a
really
little bit.
inspires
I do
me
feel
to
like
come
I'm
up with
stalled out a
better
little bit.
videos to help you all out. And remember, if you're new to carnivore and don't want to navigate the next 90 days on your own, you are always welcome inside the Steak and Butter Gang. We've now kicked off 2026 and World Carnivore Month, and there
World
is
Carnivore
truly
Month.
no better moment to start or restart your health journey with my community, the Steak and Butter Gang. I created the Steak and Butter Gang in 2020 simply because I wanted connection, to have friends and a
So
place
there,
where
she's
I didn't
going over
feel
all that stuff. All right, I am going to use the bathroom real quick. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go take a leak so I don't piss myself doing push-ups. I will be right back. I'm going to do my push-ups for you guys. Give me 2 minutes, not even. I just went to where I was going to do push-ups at. My dog tore one of his toys apart, so there's fuzz everywhere. All right, let's do this shit. I'm going to record so I don't have to rip it off a stream. Hold on 1 second. I want to blow this thing out all the way so you guys don't miss it. All right. All right, let's do this damn thing. Do that. And all right, the one I put in Discord isn't going to be the most beautiful thing. Oh, I got to take my slippers off. Oh, my slippers always explode off of me when I do push-ups, so it's better just to take them off for the meantime. All right. Oh, my feet are slipping. Six. Whew. All right, I did one extra one to make up for it. And I got a puppy. And I got a puppy. And I got a puppy. Oh, God, when puppies attack. When puppies attack. When puppies attack. Mwah. You're such a good dog. You're such a good dog. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. Woo. Oh. Getting up is the worst part. Woo. All right. Whew. Whoops, don't fall. Don't fall. Whew. Where? Oh, where? Oh. Let's go. Dude, my socks started slipping on the carpet halfway through. That's why I fell on my gut. Thank you, thank you. Oops. Oh, please tell me I recorded that. I didn't. Woo! That whooped my ass. I wasn't ready for that one today. Oh. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have big arms. I'm going to have some big shoulders when I'm done, though. Look at them shoulders. All that swimming's getting the shoulders going. Going to be a big boy. Going to be a big, big boy. Woo! Awesome stuff, gentlemen. Awesome, awesome stuff. And now you got me on a tank top on stream. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let me shrink this back down a little bit. Ooh, up. Whoa, not that much. Slip 30 seconds in the past without your knowledge? Yeah, you'll have that. You'll have that. Proud of you, Benny. Awesome effort, brother. Awesome, awesome effort. Hold on, I'm going to edit mine, throw it in the Discord. And when I say edit mine, I literally mean just do it on my phone in 2 seconds. The one I put in Discord isn't going to be the most beautiful. I will have that in Discord in like 2 seconds. That's awesome, dude. Benny's a beast. Benny's a beast. You want to come here, Papa? Oh my God! And Puppy wants to come say hello to everyone. Puppy wants to come say hello. Yeah, baby. Yeah, little boy. Yeah, little boy. You wanted to get involved in some push-ups. Now you're awake. Now you're feeling like, why is this falling out of my ear? Oh, I cannot wait to have wireless headphones. You're such a good pop. Mwah. I love this little shit, man. This here's my homie. This is my little homie right here. There you go. Now we gotta get Rom in there. We gotta get Rom in there doing some push-ups. Oh, almost lost my pen. Almost lost my phone pen. Yeah, Baba. Yeah, Baba dog. Oh, the one on screen? Yeah, yeah. When I get some extra dough on around. When I get some extra dough around, I want to join her group. Her steak and butter gang, I want to join that. I don't know how much it costs, but I definitely
like
want
such
to get
an
in there.
outcast for how I was eating and living. Fast forward 6 years and it's grown into a community that's helped thousands of people lose fat, heal their hormones, and finally feel supported. I'm going to show off just a few of our member before and after photos. We have literally thousands of testimonials in there now because members are healing and feeling so good, on track with their weight loss goals, and held accountable by over 20,000 members. The coaches in the Steak and Butter gang are some of my favorite people on earth and have become like family to me and our members. Not only are they so very experienced in all aspects of carnivore healing and troubleshooting, but they have also walked this path themselves. Along with our $2,000 in transformation cash prizes and weekly giveaways, you'll also have access to live Zoom calls almost every single day, where you can hop on Zoom, ask questions, get real-time support, and feel genuinely guided by my team of experienced carnivore coaches. We also have doctors visiting every single week to answer questions, like Dr. Elizabeth Wright.
All right, well, we've seen enough. We all know about Steak and Butter Gang. Anything spicy going on around the world? Greenlanders? Oh my god. Open a business with the U.S. Polar bears. To break away from Danish. Oh god. That's enough Geo. 30 a month for that? Holy shit. Well, if the stream ever takes off, then we'll do that. You're such a good dog. You're such a good dog. 30 seems a little steep. 30 definitely seems a little steep, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. You're such a good dog. You're such a good dog. Miller's Biofarm. I'm going to do that for sure. Oh, yeah. Business write-off for sure. For sure. Be able to write off all sorts of stuff for it this year. Cell phone, internet, all sorts of stuff. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. All right, we got that. Your new video? Yeah, we'll dive into that. I got about 9 minutes left, so we'll start on yours and then we'll go from there. Did you change your name to Carnivore Steven on YouTube? Where you at? Oops. Future games, not that one. Jeffy. You did? Okay, gotcha. You should be in here somewhere. Carnivore Steven. There we are.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steven.
Steven watching Steven through me as a platform. Steven Inception has begun.
From Carnivore Steven. And I've been journaling, and I'm wanting this to be like a normal, regular, maybe a weekly thing or bi-weekly thing, probably weekly thing. But what I'm doing is journaling things that I'm learning throughout the week via videos on the carnivore community. And this will give us an opportunity to share some knowledge.
Documenting is a beautiful thing.
Anything else in the comments, you guys can let us or let me know that of anything that you guys have learned throughout the week, because there's all kinds of content creators out there.
Zin is not for dogs. Come here.
In the weight loss /
Zin is not for puppies.
Keto community, and it would be great for us to share our knowledge and to just
I like the white, but dude, I need a whiteboard for my wall. I want to get one of the huge ones, like one of the big ones for this wall next to me. Oh my god, I need it so bad. One for that wall, and I got another big wall right here. I got space for all that. Dude, look how dangly my arm is getting. Look how dangly that arm's getting, man. Oh my god.
Support each other in that sort of way. But yeah, the calories in ground sausage. Journaled this on Sunday, January the 4th of 2026.
Hold on, you're tangled in a wire.
And it came to my attention that ground sausage, zero carb versus ground meat, 80-20, you know, the 80% lean. There's a big difference in calories.
You're such a good boy. Come on,
the caloric content of a 1 pound roll
God, you're such a heavy dog.
Beef has somewhere between 700 and 800.
Oh shit, I'll be right back. All right, that is so much better. So much better. It got real brisk real quick. Please save me from wired headphones.
800 calories. maybe closer to 1,000,
Hello,
depending
Mr. Dog.
on what app you're looking at and things like that. And a 1 pound roll of zero carbohydrate sausage, on the other hand, has around 1,700 calories.
Yeah, it's a huge difference on sausage.
I was using Bob Evans as an example.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's literally it right here. Samsung Galaxy, fucking, what is even in this thing? S25 Ultra. That's what I use for everything. I like the S25s. I like all the Samsung stuff because I get, when I'm doing micro edits and stuff, the little pen that comes with it for touching that. Oh my God, it's so nice. So nice. Works fantastic. It's got basically the equivalent of iPhone cameras now. It's got beefy cameras on this thing. One generation old iPhone. That's what I'm using for my webcam. I'm using a, I got a Note 10, an old Galaxy Note 10 for my webcam right
It is
now.
fine to incorporate.
I keep my phones forever. I don't know if you do. I rock my phones for like 7-8 years before I get a new one.
Ground sausage.
I like when phones get paid off and I don't owe monthly money on them anymore. It's very nice.
As a mechanism for variety in your carnivore diet, but I would watch how much I'm incorporating, especially if you're trying to introduce a caloric deficit into your diet along with the carb counting. So yeah, that's that was interesting because I went and ground up 1 pound of Bob Evans, and then I went to track it, and then I was looking, I was like, there's no way it's this many calories, but well, when things taste amazing, it's usually for a reason.
That's usually the way it goes.
So
Kenworth, where are you digging?
There was
You
this
going to China?
podcast I was
You gonna
watching.
dig through the earth and go to China?
And,
yeah, you're not going anywhere. It's a
they had a
concrete
doctor
floor.
on. His name is Dr. Fung, and he's one of the doctors that I
Dr.
recommend
Fung.
checking out. He's more of a fasting and weight loss kind of doctor, not necessarily carnivore or keto kind of thing. But I titled this journal entry, Calories versus Hunger. A doctor named and this is random kind of notes, so if it sounds a little randomized, then I apologize in advance.
I do really bad when I'm doing what you're doing. I'm trying to read off my notes and get my lines down and stuff, dude. I get so screwed up sometimes. I'm at my most functional when I just free ball it, when I literally just go in and start yammering. That's when I'm at my best, which sucks because I'm trying to drive a point home. I always forget like 20 things I mean.
Your boy has ADD.
So. Your boy got ADD.
A doctor named Dr. Fung that primarily focuses on nutrition and fasting states that roughly 99.6% of
I don't got the full
that track
autism, but I got ticked
dieting
by it. I got
inevitably
nicked
fail.
by it on the way through.
When you start to focus more on hunger versus calories, you have a higher success rate. And that's actually the genius behind the Ozempic drug that we're seeing, which is a GLP-1
It's just
hormone.
appetite control.
But it's not exactly the oldest thing in the book. It's still kind of new in a way. So
they're new enough that I don't trust them, man. It's one of them things where just, yeah, there's very mild side effects potential from them, but that's now, what do we discover 10 years down the road after people have been taking it for a long time, you know what I mean? And that is why I'm slowly weaning off of mine.
there are some studies coming out that might not be the best for the Ozempic crowd or for the GLP-1 crowd. So if you're thinking about going that route versus some sort of surgery or just dietary change, I would highly recommend for you to research it first before you just start injecting yourself with a drug because a doctor told you that it's okay. I'm not downing Ozempic in any way, shape, or form, but always with any kind of new medicine or drug that you're going to use, especially a major life-altering type such as a GLP-1 hormone, replacement or additive, whatever, I would highly recommend for you to do your own research first and foremost, hands down.
Yep. I recommend do your own research first and also talk to a doctor. Talk to a doctor that knows what they're doing with them. Ideally, a weight loss clinic if you can get into one. Sadly, if you're a new patient, getting into a weight loss clinic is like you're waiting like a year for your appointment. My wife wanted to go the weight loss clinic route. She called to schedule an appointment in June of 25. She is waiting till June of 26 for her first appointment. So, but definitely do thorough research on it. Consider the alternatives. And always talk to a doctor. Never order the online bullshit. There's sites you can just go and order semaglutide stuff. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Is the problem with the vast majority of society being overweight the overweight person's problem? It's actually not. It's actually the advice that was given is where the problem lies. So, when we grew up, I'm in my 40s now, but when we all grew up,
just tell you to calorie restrict. That's basically what the weight loss clinic says.
40s, or even
that's essentially 50s, all the weight loss clinic will do.
When we all grew up, we had this thing called the food pyramid.
We're going to put you on 1,000 calorie deficit, and you're going to eat exactly what we tell you: low carb, low fat, low sugar. And you're going to succeed. And yeah, I saw success. I lost 30, 40 pounds doing it. I sure wasn't happy, and it sure wasn't sustainable for me.
Via research and trials that a lot of that food pyramid, quite frankly,
is bullshit.
It's some sugar honey iced tea. Acronym, you probably know what that means. And
different terminology, but same meaning.
The food pyramid, in my opinion, this is just my one person's opinion, don't take it for gospel, but my opinion is that the food pyramid was put in place for all the big food companies to be able to sell their food to the masses. And junk food and various other foods that's on that food pyramid is a lot quicker to produce and to get out to the stores than raising cows or whatever kind of other animals.
Truth.
And in our infancy as a species, the Homo sapiens sapien, they hunted.
What is my dog
In between hunts, they fasted for obvious reasons.
I can hear them,
they didn't
but I can't
have
see them.
any kind of food to be had at that point in time.
All right, I am going to end it there, gentlemen. I got a lot of work to do on videos tonight, so we're going to end it at the 3-hour mark. We are right there. Anyone who hasn't followed our dear carnivore Steven in here, definitely check him out. Steven, we'll finish this video on Thursday. We'll finish this one on Thursday's stream. I am off tomorrow. It is my day with my wife. It is her off day for the week, so I'm going to do some stuff tomorrow. I'll have a couple videos out tomorrow, but there will be no stream. Thursday and Friday are all good. I'll be streaming normal hours Thursday, Friday. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. The push-ups y'all did, the videos you guys put in was absolutely amazing today. Love you guys. Keep putting the work in. Keep putting the effort in. Never give up. Never quit, guys. Never quit, man. We got a really good positive motivational boost gang going on. I think it's working really good. So on that note, you gentlemen have a fine evening. Eat some good food. Get some good rest. Stay hydrated. And I will see you guys Thursday at noon. And Mr. Steven, we will finish your video then. Bye-bye. I said bye-bye way too early before I was ready to end stream. See you later, McCarthy. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for stopping by, man. Love when you come hang out. Absolutely love when you come hang out. I will have something out tonight. I'm going to work on some videos right now. I don't even know what I'm going to shoot, but I'm going to go shoot something after I eat some steak. I'm going to do a video on steak. Aha! All right, boys. Love y'all. Have a good night. We'll see you soon.